Go, yon, san, ni, ich.
Konnichiwa!
Minasan, konnichiwa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 50th episode of Talk to Keki.
50.
Episode
Goju. Goju.
Right, that's right. Number 50. I can't believe it. Nearly a year and a half later. My co-host is happy. I'm Ethan, as always. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's our 50th episode, and we're back to where we were in episode 1.
We're slap happy.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm Matt, and to join me as always, the man who will criticize Anya every episode we do.
Hi.
Ethan, what's up?
Konbawa, Makun. Genki desu ka?
I'm still recovering from my flu.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, so that'll be me for a little bit of the day.
I'm doing everyone here, everyone there. Bang, let's go.
And let's go, baby.
Yeah,
I really can't believe we've been doing it for 50 episodes.
You mean you can't believe Sean put up with us for 50 episodes, really?
Yeah. I'm surprised no one said anything about you either.
What do you mean? Oh, I haven't been censored? I mean, I'm not that bad. I try to do my best to not get us kicked off the Scrum Network.
You've been tamed.
A little bit. I still, I get away with it because Sean doesn't listen to the entire podcast for 2 hours. So, that works itself out. For those watching live, by the way, I've got a new light. I got a brand new smart light with a theme going on of some sort. Yeah. So, it's different. And I don't have the general white ring light. So, let me know if you guys like it. Yay or nay. Maybe not. Let me know. Would love to hear you guys' comments, opinions, thoughts on that. But yeah, Matt. We got a lot to cover, buddy. It's one of them seasons.
Yep, because fall was like, we're gonna make it action-packed. I added 3 more, 2 because of you, and 1 from my friends because they're reading this manga. Like, oh, an anime came out. I was like, hey, Matt, you watching this? Like, no, why not? And it's like,
so you've added 3. I've added 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could have room for 1 more, but we already said the one. If I'm going to add 1 more, it's going to be Gundam, and you're going to have to convince me to add it. So,
yeah, we'll see if I could do that. We'll see, maybe.
All right,
but let's get to some news real quick,
yes.
and then we'll fuck this pony.
Hi, Ixo. Fuck this pony. Gee,
what?
What? There shall be no animal fucking around, sir.
Well, if we have ExpressVPN, we could see if it's legal. I mean, you're a Florida man, so everything's legal.
We should clip that and send that to Corny. That would be great.
Yeah, I gotta have ExpressVPN sponsor us.
Sean, when are we going to get sponsors? We 50 episodes in. We got no fucking sponsors.
Yes, I can talk about Grammarly, where if you do anything wrong, the grammar Nazis come. They send you to a special school.
Yes.
And if you get grammar wrong, they'll type a rule, go, nice. No, but we don't have that. All right.
We don't have Code Academy. We don't have fucking Blue Chew.
Yeah, all right. Couple of news. Story of a small senior in my company is getting a TV anime in 23.
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly Delusion is getting a TV anime in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
A light novel called New Saga is getting a TV anime for summer 23.
That's a pretty original name.
Yep. And Tokyo Revengers manga is going to end November 16th.
Thank God. I'm just kidding.
Thank the fuck Christ. I will say.
So has he progressed? Does anybody know? Like, has he progressed like into like the following year, or is he still within his same like singular year of trying to stop whatever the fuck he's trying to stop?
No.
Yes.
I'm just saying no. Like, I'm reading. I'm just saying no.
Okay.
All right. Before we do reviews, Anime Trends had revealed their summer award winners. Would you like me to read them?
Why not?
All right, we're gonna go with the genres.
I was gonna say the jobbers. I was like, oh, really? Go.
Music of the season: Love Live Superstar Season 2. Slice of Life, Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting.
Yes.
Supernatural, Call of the Night.
Okay.
Romance, Call of the Night.
Okay.
Sci-fi or mecha.
Not Rent a Girlfriend, Starman.
Yeah. Yep. Favorite sci-fi or mecha, Made in the Abyss.
Makes sense.
Favorite mystery or psychological, Shadow's House Season 2.
Makes sense.
Fantasy, Made in the Abyss.
Makes sense.
Favorite drama, Made in the Abyss.
Makes sense.
Comedy, My
Made in the Abyss.
Stepmother's...
I'm just kidding.
No, My Stepmother's Daughter is My Ex.
That was comedic?
It was technically a rom-com, but I guess they liked the banter of the chromos.
Okay.
Action or adventure, Like Horse Recoil.
Okay.
Best OP, Call of the Night.
Okay.
ED, Call of the Night.
Makes sense.
Couple, Chisato and Takina.
Okay, they shipped them. Cool.
Yeah, I guess. Supporting female, Karizawa from Class from the Elite.
What do you think, Matt? Is that a good choice?
Yeah, I think it's a good choice.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Okay. Supporting male, Majima from Like Horse Recoil.
Wow, as a supporting male. Interesting.
Yep. Best female, Chisato.
Duh.
Best male, Ko. He actually beat Ayada Koji in the polls.
That's fuck. Thank.
I was surprised, but I am happy.
We'll take it.
All right, and for top fives, number 5, Made in the Abyss.
You know what I love? You just literally said like all these awards, right? Made in the Abyss, Made in the Abyss, Made in the Abyss, Made in the Abyss. Number 5 anime. This is Made in the Abyss. What?
This is overall voting for the whole.
It won a quarter of the fucking awards. At least, and you're gonna give me 5.
Number 4.
It's so bad you got Matt sick over here.
Yep. Number 4, Classroom of the Elite.
And Made in the Abyss is better than Class. Fuck off.
Again, it's overall vote.
Fuck those 40,000 or whoever the fuck people voted. Fuck you all. Fuck you all.
I know. I'm sorry. Number 4 is Shadow's House.
Okay, I didn't see Shadow's
Number
House.
3 is Classroom.
That's even worse.
Yeah, Abyss had 26,579 votes.
Those people know quality.
There were more in the top 10s every week. They would have got it, but it does qualify for second chance round for the Anime of the Year category. Shadow's House with 30,675. Class from the Elite, 35,128.
You guys are all stupid.
Number 2, Call of the Night with 45,418 votes.
That's crazy. That Call of the Night had 20,000 more votes than Made in Abyss.
And number 1, Like Horse Recoil with 45,422. So they won.
Oh, that's
4 votes.
The skin of your teeth. Wow.
Yep. They were that close.
I respect that. Not Class number 3.
But yeah, the top 4 will make it to the Anime of the Year for when they do those votes, and the Main Abyss has the wild card chance. So hopefully, once second chances come up, people will vote for it to make it qualify.
They probably won't.
Well, it depends on what the rest is. So I hope so. I really hope so.
It's a strong year, dude. It's a strong year in anime.
Oh yeah. Oh no. When we do our list, it's gonna be hard for the year.
It's gonna be very hard.
Yeah. So like, I got pick like the best 7 from each season, and then
basically at the
put
end
it in order. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. We take our top 7 from the 4 seasons, and then
the only ones that carried over from last year is Lupin and Ranking of Kings.
Let me see, because I have my shit saved here.
I don't think Lupin's gonna make it. Ranking of Kings, it definitely will. Just it's a matter of where.
Let me look at. Hold on. So we did summer. What was spring? Spring Ichi-ni. Wait, did we count? No, I didn't count them. Okay, spring. Well, we can eliminate one because it's together. So that'll definitely make it. Spy Family.
Spy Family will carry over. They're both in the same year. So
yeah, they'll get a bump for sure. So we'll have to bump one. Spring, by comparison, the summer was weak. honestly. And winter, Requiem is gonna be another one that makes our top list, I believe.
Yeah,
And
but yeah, it has to know if
it'll
be
also,
high or in the middle.
for me, it's ranked higher, but it depends on how else we enjoy like the other ones. Like, I mean, truth be told, uh, four, the top four for me in winter are definitely going to be in it. The top five in spring. And then for me, so far for summer, like I'm thinking like the 9 out of the 10 for me, dude. Actually, like practically that entire summer list is better than a majority of the anime that we saw throughout the rest of like the last couple seasons, for me at least. So
Yeah, but it's gonna be incredibly difficult.
yeah, fall is gonna be.
Well, again, we got some not qualifying like Academia,
I tried to
Shadow, Eternity. So
yeah,
that's some big possible heavy hitters gone.
we're gonna see what happens, Brody.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure as right now, Chainsaw might be in the run-in, like in a high list.
Oh, from now, yeah,
If it keeps up, yeah.
Yeah, Chainsaw, Hero, Uzaki.
Hero will be next year.
We're not counting it for this year?
Because it's carrying over. Because usually when stuff carries over, it's going to be technically 23.
All right. Yeah. Bleach won't qualify because that's carrying over.
Yeah, that's what I said. Bleach, that, and Eternity are like next year.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we get to reviews?
Yeah, I forget that I start first because I got so little to review.
Yeah, you can get rid of 3 from your solos.
Yeah, I know, right?
We got Boruto and one other show.
No, I've got 2. I got 3 total. Boruto and a couple others. I love how we take turns coughing. We sound like a bunch of fucking pieheads, but we're really not. We're just a bunch of sickly fucks.
No.
All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Let's
Peter Grill, episode 2 of Peter Grill dropped. We get more goblin fucking, and we find out. Yeah, we get more goblin fucking. We basically find out that the goblin, like the prettiest goblin out of like all the entire bunch, is actually a childhood friend of Peter Grill. We find out when Peter was raised wherever the fuck he was raised in, that he had a goblin friend, a female goblin friend, and they were just nice, nothing crazy, nothing sexual. It was just a nice, hearty childhood friend. And I guess there was like an invasion of some kind, and they thought that the goblin was never to be seen again. So they thought, that she died. And so they end up getting reunited in the in I guess whatever goblin cave they're in. They find out basically that she managed to live, and that the queen brought her in and brought her up as a goblin. But because she's a goblin, she also gets the heat of the goblin, like goblin heat or whatever the fuck. Like basically that the curse that makes them horny for cum. So she tries to fuck Peter Grill and she's about to fuck him when the gang basically they get together, they go find him, and they manage to find him. However, pretty soon afterwards, they're surrounded by a bunch of goblins. And so they basically say, like, don't worry, Peter, we'll take care of the goblins. Go find Luvilia. And so Luvilia and the other goblin, the goblin childhood friend, her name is not, I was gonna say Gabuta, but it's not Gabuta. It's not Gabaru either. I forget her name, but it's something with like a Gabu something. Anyway, she and Peter Grill, they manage to find Luvilia. Peter, throughout this entire time, by the way, is running around butt-ass naked in this cave. They have yet to give him anything to cover his dick and balls. So they find him, they're about to escape, and then the queen basically shows up and like, oh, how dare you betray me, goblin girl, and that's where the episode ends. So more tomfoolery for fucking 13 minutes. It's not bad. Boruto, will go with Boruto. I should have gone with Boruto first, but whatever. Yeah. This week's episode of Boruto was not as good as the other one, but pretty solid in the end. Basically, we get the reveal of evil Hana Sensei. And so she basically takes the gang to like a deserted island near Konoha. Excuse me. And we find out that this island was once used as a training ground for Jonin. but it's since been deserted. And so she basically is like, it's a practical like lesson, whatever the case is. But things start happening. Like there's a bear trap that takes out a ninja hound that belongs to one of the students. And then something happens to a girl's drone, because they have a drone girl now because of scientific ninja tools.
Of course.
Something happens to a girl's drone and the drone gets destroyed. And on top of that, their food goes missing as well. So everybody's freaking out, panicking, because somebody had spread a rumor that there's a fugitive on the island. There's no such fugitive on the island, but it's just a rumor that was spread amongst the children. Excuse me, my apologies. And so Kawaki and Himawari are suspicious over everything, and so they decide to go over the footage from the drone, because Hana Sensei didn't realize that there was footage, and they managed to see a flower petal from her flower petal jutsu, and they're like, oh, it's Hana Sensei. And while this is happening, Hana manages to not distract, but to lure Kei away from everybody and by herself in like a secluded area, and she's gonna go kill Kei, but Kawaki and Himawari catch up. We get the reveal of evil Hana Sensei. She abducts Kei. They start running, chasing after her. They make it to a bridge where there's like a creek going through the middle. And they Hana Sensei pulls out a kunai. They'd say, no, Hana Sensei, don't kill her. And she slices her. And that's where the episode ends, with Hana going limp. Not Hana, I'm sorry, with Kei going limp. So it's kind of mid. Then we get to the action scene. Not so bad. It was all right. And then finally, episode 2 of Bleach.
I'm watching that with you, so.
Oh, you watching it?
Yeah, I told you I was.
Did you?
Yeah.
You said maybe.
I did.
And then
so when I was sick, I said I'm watching it.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, well then never mind. So we'll wait. So we'll open up with Bleach when we do our togethers. I'll remove that, and I only have 2 seasonals that I'm watching by myself. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, I'm done. Go ahead. You got 7 or 5.
Yeah. All right. We're always 17 minutes in.
Hey, here we go. And we bullshitted for a good portion of it. So.
All right. Penultimate of apartment complex C.
All right.
Basically, aftermath of what happened, the residents are blaming the interns or the Indian people about basically putting blood in the shaved ice sauce because there was like a dead dog. So, oh, we didn't want your kind here to begin with. All this shit was going on. Everyone's fighting back and forth. But Kimmy, the little girl's like, stop it, stop fighting. Can't take it anymore.
Of course.
But yeah, they all split up to calm down. And the professor, that's they really don't say their names in the cast. Just the 2 girls, like no one else mattered.
Wow.
But yeah, the one professor that's studying the artifacts, stuff like that, he's doing it by himself again. He says he doesn't believe that the Indian people did it. Apparently, they think it's someone else. Just to try to mess with them. Like, oh, what about that old lady? That's she's been a bitch, but she's been nice for some reason. It's not her.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah. So fucking Kimmy and Yuri, they're just like, oh, let's go play detective. Let's figure it out ourselves because the grown-ups ain't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to. One of the Indian people were getting beaten up outside. Like this. What?
Never mind. I tried to mute my shit and it muted you.
I know, but one of the Indian interns was getting beat up by the residents, and then but you find out that he was basically cleaning up blood because there was blood in the apartment. So he was to clean up. He was getting rid of the carcass because he didn't kill it. But apparently, one of the other interns threw him off just to say, all right, he'll be the sacrificial lamb. I was like, what the fuck, guys? So they're beating him up, causing mayhem, animosity between them, and it's like, oh, like, and now the residents are apologizing for beating him up. The girls checked on him because these 2 little girls are the only nice people in this fucking complex. And then we go the next day. They check up on him, saying he's doing fine. And they, for some, I forgot the reason why, but they were going downstairs, like investigating something. Because there's more of the stone that the professor had. So they'll look at artifacts, stuff like that downstairs. So they go in the basement. They see a hole. The two girls go in. Shut up. Kimmy starts freaking out a little, as if it's like she's like having a flashback of the past, of like someone being sacrificed and stuff like that. She snaps out of it. They get out, like, all right, it's time to leave, type of thing. And she goes to her room, and we finally see Kimmy's room, and we finally see and she's talking to her mom, but it's not really her mom. It's like this. It's like this thing in a tube. Like there's like it's like a creature. It's like a creature. We did it together. It's a creature. It's like a little fetus in there too. Like what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I said. And that was where the episode ended, and I got one more.
So they gave you something interesting, at least.
Yeah, but I have one more. How are you gonna tie it up?
We'll find out on the final episode.
Yeah,
housing project.
Yeah, and I'll be down to 19 for.
Then you'll be down to 19.
Yeah, yay.
You're only watching 4 more than me. I'm at 15.
I know. Let's
we're not counting JoJo because it's on our fucking list now, thanks to Analyst.
It's still showing up as just part 3 for me on my anime list.
Yeah, so you're lucky. On analyst.co, they fucking switched it. They're like updating part 2 to include part 3. What?
No, mine just says part 3. It's its own catalog.
Yeah, lucky. I didn't get so lucky. So now I've got to go to part 2, even though it's part 3. I've got it sitting in my queue. Yeah. Like episode what is it? Episode 13, I think it is. Yeah. Comes out 41 days, 5 hours, 46 minutes and counting.
All right, very good. We'll be covering that for sure.
All right, move on. Sorry.
All right, moving on. Bibliophile Princess. All right, these past 2 episodes, they actually got better.
Okay.
So I'm really happy with that.
Not dropping.
No.
Any dropping candidates for you yet? Oh, okay, good.
Not really, no.
Well, not really good, but good.
Well, it would be an apartment complex, but it's already going to be over next episode. So what's the point?
I don't count. I put it under finish.
I'm 75% away. I may as well commit.
Just go in there.
Yep. First episode, second episode. I'm doing 2 episodes because.
Yep. Go ahead.
I had time to watch it. Picked up where we left off.
I had time.
Yes. I want to get it done. Eliana, where she saw Christopher talking to this other girl named Irene. So she's like, because again, they were basically saying, "Hey, let's get engaged to have people off our backs." But she's like, but Eliana is slowly catching feelings for Christopher, like legit type of thing. And then she walked into the room and they were there together, but they were just talking. So she's like, she thought she got the wrong idea, so she leaves. And one of the guys, Glenn, he's like, "Oh, good, you're here, Eliana. I want you to take these books here, like piled up, like you're gonna go to the room now, like go to the library and drop these off." It was like, "Yeah, I'm probably doing my work. Just go." So she does that. She starts going up the stairs, and you hear a scream, and it's Irene. She's on the floor. And then one of the guys goes to check up on her, Alan, says, "Are you okay?" And then she tells everyone that Eliana pushed her off down the stairs. So all the people are like looking at Eliana, like, "Ooh, this hussy." And then Christopher comes in, and I'm fucking thankful he's not an idiot. So glad. And he goes up to Irene. It's like, "What happened?" Eliana, she pushed me down the stairs. It's like, "Are you sure?" It's like, yes. And then she was mean to me at the garden, saying all these awful things to me.
Oh, dear Lord.
I was like, oh, that's terrible. But question, how does she push you? How does she push you if she's carrying all these books? And they look up. Yeah, she has no arms to push her. They're all preoccupied with the books. So I was like, So I'm going to tell you again. Are you lying? It's like, no, I am not lying. Also, about the garden. Yeah, she's not allowed there because that's my mother's area. No one goes there without permission. So yeah, she wasn't there. So you're lying again. So she's like doubling down on this. Like, oh, I got witnesses. Like, Alan, he checked up on me. And Alan's like, I just saw you on the ground. I didn't see her push you. It's like, yeah, like my job was to look over at Eliana, not you. Fuck you.
Fuck me? No, fuck you.
So you find out, Christopher was doing some digging, and Irene and her father were basically trying to do an inside job on killing Eliana. So, Christopher found out. They got them both arrested. And the fucking father had to convince, like, no, yeah, that's kind of true. So all was going on, and then Irene's like, why do you want Eliana? I'm the perfect bride for you. She's a bitch. All she does is read books. And all the people around her like, dude, she helped us out with all these recipes that we found. Find all hidden archives that were basically you could fix. Like, yeah, she helped everyone. So, like, you're the only one that hates her. So, all that happened. Those two get taken away. Christopher goes up to Eliana. And you find out what? Yeah, that's why they didn't let Eliana in the archives or go anywhere type of thing. That's why they were like, hey, you can't be here right now. Because there's that investigation going on. So, they wanted Eliana safe. And then Christopher has his arm around Eliana and says, hey, I'm going to marry her. If any of you have a problem with it, step up. And no one did. Like, they clapped, applauded her. Yeah, so that was episode 2. Episode 3, you get a little bit of flashback of, like, why Christopher was, like, so fascinated with her. Again, we saw that she was more than just reading books. It was funny. He was kind of a delinquent as a prince when he was younger. So in the archive, he was like using the books like dominoes. And then Eliana fucking hit him with the book, saying, "Apologize to those books. Like, they are your silent ancestors. They have history of everyone's families and all this, and you're just gonna throw the books. Apologize." And he actually apologized. Like, hey, shut the prince up. And then they just start like talking to her and stuff like that. And he's fascinated with her. And he opened up how he actually is falling for her. And we're in the current day. And he asked her legit if she would marry him. And she said yes. And yeah, we got that nice sweet stuff. So I'm glad this definitely picked up.
So they're engaged now.
They are legit engaged.
How old are they? He's like, I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna say probably. I'm gonna say 15 to 18.
50. That's a broad range in anime.
It's like a historical thing. That people get married young. It's like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a historical setting. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Sorry.
Yeah. So right now, Christopher and Eliana are a early couple of the season.
They're not going to
contender.
that. You know that. You know that. You know that. Okay.
No,
when it's all said and done, we all know who the couple of the seasons going to be.
That's why I said early. I'm not picking the 2 from married couple.
It could be 4. Could be 3. We don't know. It's going to be one of them.
It's going to be the trap. It's going to be the trap.
Wait, that's flops. There's no trap. There's no trap in.
Yes, the white hair Bulgarian.
In married couple?
No, I'm talking about love flaps.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm talking about the traps. It could be the trap that wins in love flaps.
It's definitely not. I just hope I just hope they touch swords.
Give it time. Give it time. They can.
Is it gonna be like the reveal, like Call of the Night with what's her face?
I forgot his name.
Yeah. Did we say him or her? Like
it's him. Yeah.
But it's a her. They present as her.
It's a trap, but no, that's why it's called.
It could be a trap, but it's a her. You're not gonna call a trap a him, dude.
That's what you call them. That's what you call them.
Dude, all these fucking acronyms and shit are so goddamn confusing. I don't know how the fuck you do.
Yeah. Traps are people that identify as guys. They're just very feminine. It's just femboys, basically.
They identify as guys. I thought they identify as girls because they're feminine.
No, they identify as guys.
I always thought the whole time it was like
traps identify as guys. They're aware they're guys.
Hold on. So okay, I understand that the trap. We're getting way ahead because you still haven't finished yet. But this is good, I guess, education for LGBTQ people. So all right, they say I'm a guy, right?
Yeah.
So okay, you could say him.
Yeah.
But they present as female. So isn't the idea like in like
proper
culture to call somebody what they present as?
They just like looking cute. That's really it.
I like looking cute. You don't see me asking to be called a fucking.
They're like they're feminine. They're aware they're guys. They know they're guys. It's like they're femboys basically. They're very convincing femboys. That's
I've always
really
thought just like girl and like I'm a whatever. Like
they're the gay friend the girls want to hang out with.
Well, I mean, but that's not like the super duper queer.
No, but again, like they hang out with girls. They're comfortable with women in like a hanging out sense. Like they're still guys. They still identify as guys. They just wear feminine clothing. They like to present themselves as that, but not identify as that. That's why it's
like so weird because then you have cross dressing. So then he's cross dressing, kinda. So why don't we just say cross dresser?
But trap is more fun.
I don't fucking get it. I respect what you want to do. I don't fucking get it.
I know you don't. That's what I'm trying to cover up. Like that's why I'm trying to explain it. That's what it is.
I'm like the fucking cartoon. It's like fucking smoke and question marks coming on my fucking head. Anyway, let's move on.
I'm moving on. Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury. Picked up where we left off. Mercury has to do another duel to basically help out her fiance, Mirin. And then what you call it? The proposed fiance, Jeturk. He's like talking and confronting them, and then Mercury's like, "So who am I dueling?" Me. She's like, "Oh, thank God," because she beat him in the duel the first time. I was like, "Okay, I'm not worried." Like, oh God. It's like you got lucky. Fuck you. You fucking bitch.
He popped himself. He's about to die.
I'm trying to not die. But yeah, they do that. Mercury's trying to get ready for her battle. Well, her second duel. They do the duel, and yeah, it's actually an even fight this time. Like, yeah, Mercury's getting her ass kicked a little bit.
Well, why is that though? Because they got better, or because the armor got better, or?
I think I think for Jeturk, he's just learning. That's why.
But it's not one of those automated like ones that like learns, like auto learns. You would think
he does not have a Gundam.
Oh, but regardless, whatever.
Suit he has a mobile suit. Yeah, he has a mobile suit, but it's not like
doesn't have in. You would think in that day and age it would be like intrinsic learning, right?
But that's what most of the Gundams are.
Why is the mobile suit?
It's like as Gundams are like this more special type of thing.
It could be more advanced intrinsic learning, but it should be intrinsic learning nonetheless because of the fact that it should be that tech.
A little bit, but at the end of the day, it's still the pilot controlling what they do with the movements and the weapons.
See, you know, as a tech guy, that irks me because it's like, dude, you have fucking intrinsic learning. If you have intrinsic learning, you should be able to. Obviously, it's up to the pilot, and the quality of pilot determines how well they're able to use the information they're provided from the intrinsic learning. But you should still have the advantage of the principle of intrinsic learning being available in the broader idea of that universe and in the broader application of, of that particular technology.
Right, but that's just how they are. But eventually Mercury does win again. So Miurin is happy. Mercury goes to Jeter. She's actually trying to be friendly with him this time. Like I guess actually be friends type of thing. And then all of a sudden, Jeter
gets your bitch is what she told him.
No, he gets on his knees saying, "Will you marry me?"
So it's a love triangle now.
He proposes to Mercury, and she's like,
Nani?
Yeah, I was like, okay. That was where that episode ended.
Okay.
Like, all right, cool.
Doesn't seem like you've got me hooked on it.
There's others you could probably watch over this.
Oh, I know there's plenty. I've never seen a full Gundam series, and I know there's plenty of Gundam series I'm sure I would watch and be absolutely in love with, but
right. All right, moving on. Episode 4. I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. This was fun. It's more about Claude. Basically, the brother.
When you say Claude, you have to twirl your mustache.
Claude. Basically, the brother again is causing mischief for Eileen. Because he's an asshole. He's a petty, bratty little brother. It's this Cedric fella. He's also stupid.
Baka.
He's very baka.
Very baka.
And and then Claude, of course, he tries to go there to confront him, but something triggers in him to snap. Like turn into this demonic dragon form. Like he's like slowly turning. Oh, I forgot why. Cedric and Lilia want to lure out Claude in his main form to kill him. He wants to kill his brother. And Lilia has this holy magic sword that only she could use.
Is it the reincarnate of a sword?
No. It's not the reincarnate of the sword. Like she has this weapon that can kill it. So they're trying to lure it out, his demon form, to kill him.
So they're not going to kill him. They're going to kill whatever demon is inside him.
Well, it will kill him because that's it. He's turning himself. So
it's not like a possession where they can extract.
No. That's how Claude is. Claude is a demon. So basically, Eileen, she's trying to. She gets stabbed by the sword protecting Claude. And you find out she's also someone of that ancestry that can use that sword. That's why it's not killing her. But she still takes the hits. Like, they fucking hurt. But she can, like, grab it all this. And she took it away from her. So now she has a sword in possession, not Lilia. And she's she's, like, comforting Claude. She's, like, trying to calm him down. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'm here with you. Like, she's very sincere towards Claude, and he slowly turns back to his normal self. So, yeah, Claude fails. He's pissed off. Sorry, not Claude. Cedric. Cedric's pissed off. And Claude, like, carries Eileen away. They, like, fly away. And that was where the episode ended. And another fun one. Definitely good. I enjoy these characters.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a goodie. I got 2 more.
All right.
Reincarnated as a Sword. It says there's 4 episodes out right now, but I didn't see it on High Dive, so either my app is fucked up or they're just a week behind. So I'm only going on episode 3.
Let me look at mine while you talk.
But yeah, Fran's an adventurer now, so she needs legit gear.
Yeah, it says 4, episode 5 airing in 5 days. So yeah, they must be a week behind.
Is it like on there?
Oh, I didn't look on High Dive. I looked on Analyst to see. I'll log into High Dive and see.
Yeah, because I didn't see it unless my eyes missed it for some reason.
Okay, chotamate kudasai.
While I'm talking, okay, so yeah, Fran's needs actual legit armor, so she's getting this while she's trying to go shopping. But this high-level blacksmith named Gallus, he's like, "Hey, I heard you're looking for armor. Come with me."
High little black, and I thought you were gonna go somewhere else. Sorry.
The high-level blacksmith. But yeah, Shisho, the teacher of the sword, like, okay, let's follow him for now, but be cautious. So Fran's trying on all this armor. She's like very happy because she's actually gonna be an adventurer. And then Gallus, the blacksmith, is like, so what? I see you got an intelligent weapon over there. So now they're both like cautious. That like, how do you know what happened? And what's with the what's with the wow? Who's saying wow?
I'm gonna find out momentarily.
But Gallus reassures him like, I'm not gonna hurt you and all this. Like, I'm fascinated by the weapon. So that's why I'm asking, like, why do you want my? Okay.
What's up, Layton?
And then Gallus was like, why do you want those swords? Yeah, they have higher attack, but you have better mana control, so you can use your mana to upgrade yourself, and then you could basically it breaks one of the swords for an example. So now Gallus says he's gonna make them like all new top of the line equipment, but it's gonna take about a month. Like, okay, fine, they got a month. So
it is not out yet.
Okay, so I don't know how they're seeing episode 4.
Probably unless it's an exclusive, maybe, I don't
know. I'll look later, but what you call it? And then Shiso was telling Fran, like, hey, do you need like undergarments and stuff like this? She's like, no, I have no need. And one of the store owner overheard her. It's like, no, you ain't going commando while going adventuring.
Well, why not?
It's indecent. So they dragged
her inside. That says you can't not wear pantsu.
Exactly.
Pantsu is not Ichiban.
Yeah, but she bought underwear, casual clothes, all that shit. It wasn't fan servicey. Calm down.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yep, she's technically a child, so.
All right. I'm calm.
Yeah. Yep. She's a child. She's an actual child.
I'm calm.
All right. So yeah, now the next stop is getting spices, ingredients like for food, for cooking, because the sword can cook. He has cooking skills. With telepathy. Yeah, so they do all that, and they get to the hotel room. Fran's happy as fuck because she hasn't had a bed before or anything like that. So she's like crying like happy tears of joy. And then Shisho, the sword, is like happy before the guy. We'll make sure we'll have all the hotels because we're an adventurer now. Fran's hugging the sword, like, oh. And then, the sword teaches her how to cook. They're talking about stuff, but Fran passed out in the bed, obviously. Next day, they're getting ready for adventure, and they see filthy goblins. Goblins are attacking these 3 adventurers, so Fran helps out. They kill those group of 10 goblins, but they're like, oh, there's this much, and there's a horde somewhere. And here's the goblin invasion. She's trying to fight them off. She's getting shot with arrows. She got slashed a bit. And the sword's telling her, like, I think we should retreat. But she's like, I am never running away again. And she says, I'm never running away again. And episode ends there.
And she dies in episode 4.
No, stop it.
The goblin, no, let me not. Let me not go there.
Yep. All right. Last one, Blue Lock.
Last but not least.
Put the word left off. Isaki, he kicked the ball. he hit Nagi, the popular rival, in the face with the soccer ball. And since the timer ran out, he's eliminated. He's kicked out of Blue Lock. So Nagi is flipping the fuck out. He's like, "This isn't soccer. Fuck this."
Nagi's our main character.
Yeah, he was like, you see him in episode 1, like talking to him, like, "Hey, yeah, I beat you in the game, but you did great." That guy. Yeah. So all this, he was like talking about teamwork and all this. He's out already. Kicked out. Bye-bye. Jinpachi's like, "Fuck you. Get out." Loser. That's what you are. A loser.
Baka.
And then you find out the people in that room, the 11 remaining people, they are going to be living together. They are going to be a team together.
You know, there's more players on a soccer team than 11 players.
Well, they're doing just the 11.
That's kind of dumb.
It is, but
like, there's got to be a minimum of 22 players, a backup for each position.
Right, but again, it's for like the small, it's like training type of shit. I know what you're saying, but they're doing.
They're trying to go to the World Cup, and you've only got 11 people.
Well, then again, he only wants one person out of his 300 people. That's the thing. So he wants the best person solely as he starts trimming the fat of everyone.
So the rest of the team can be garbage, and they'll fucking get blown out by Brazil 50-0 in a game. Okay.
Yep. So yeah,
makes no sense.
So yeah, Isagi, he's meeting his some of his crew: Megaru, Chigiri, Rensuke. I don't know the other people yet, but those are like the main ones. And then there's basically Jinpachi wants to go back to the basics of soccer where positions really didn't matter. It's just being that striker.
That's bullshit. The fucking goalkeeper is always gonna fucking matter.
As I said, it's like no one gives a shit about you being on middle or over there on the left.
Oh my god, you're pissing me off so bad talking about this fucking show.
Well, that's what the guy's saying. He wants like the old how soccer used to be before everyone cared about positions.
In like the 1800s. Fuck off.
Yes, that's why.
That's
why he thinks Japan ain't winning.
Can build technology, can't play soccer.
Yes.
Produces the best wrestling, can't play fucking soccer.
Yep.
You know? Pretty country, still perverts with fucking children. All right.
Racist perverts. Can't play soccer. But yeah, middle of the night, Isagi wants to go do solo training, and he sees the guy that sleeps but can still kick you when he's asleep. Megaru. He meets him and he wants to train. Like he wants to train with him basically. So they eventually start talking, and then Isagi's like, "So why'd you pass the ball to me during this elimination thing?" Oh, because I knew you would kick it. So, but how did you know I would kick it at him? Because basically he thinks Megaru, he has a monster in him, like that talks to him, like it. I guess it's like his instincts or something like that. So they told me that you would kick the ball because like you have it too, don't you? That's that little thing in your head that's telling you to do something.
That's called being crazy.
Yes, and Isagi's like, yeah, kind of, because he was one that thought like I could take the shot by myself, but until the coach said no, you got to pass it. Because if he followed his instincts, he would have won the game. So they were like bonding over that while practicing soccer. And then they're going to go to the first game with Team Z against Team like U. Pardon. And the episode ends there. So basically episode 4 is going to be the game.
I'm totally not thinking about fucking Blue Lock anymore. Like that just threw me off. Did you do it yourself?
Oh shit.
I was looking at it. I was like, I don't recall him talking about
doing No. I got it. So yeah,
because I was literally looking at your list, and I was like, can I request you not do Blue Lock as the last one of your thing ever again? Because it's just gonna piss me off.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll close it with Do It Yourself.
All right. Yeah. Let's never close with Blue Lock again.
This one was really good. Do It Yourself. This is really good.
All right. Slow loop with carpentry. Okay.
But there's more than that though. Like there's actual characters, there's actual interactions. This one you learn nothing about carpentry. It was more about the characters this time.
Mm-hmm.
We have a transfer student, and one of the girls, Miku, tries to talk to her like in broken English, and this transfer student in her awful broken English also says, "Leave me alone." All this, she apparently was crying. You hear her crying outside of the shed where the club's doing the do-it-yourself.
Mm.
So Serafu, she like talks to her. Says, "Hey, do you want a hammer or a handkerchief?" It's like, "Why are you offering a hammer?" Like, "Do you want to bash somebody?"
You know what you can use the other end for, right?
Stop it! Stop it! All that's going on, and this transfer student is like mocking the do-it-yourself clubs. Like, it's for primitives, primates.
Mm-hmm.
So this pissed off Ray, and Serafu, she like fell over onto this transfer student. They're both injured because Serafu is always injured. I also feel bad for her pet pig because she eats pork for dinner every night, and the pig is just staring at him like, "Yes, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. I swear."
That was my cousin.
Yes, they're sacrificing me to the wonderful Oscar Mayer.
How dare you?
But yeah, despite this girl mocking the do-it-yourself club every time, she's always there. Like she's always hanging out outside. Then you find out, yeah,
these are middle schoolers, right?
High school.
Are they high school?
Yeah, they are high school, but the trans student, since he's really smart, she got moved up a few grades.
A few, okay.
Yeah, but she's younger than them, but she's still in the high school.
So she should know what to do with the hammer.
What?
I said she should know what to do with that hammer.
No. But yeah, you find out she lives alone. All this, like she's very lonely. That's why she keeps going there. She's kind of a tsundere.
Okay.
And then eventually it got to the point where, yeah, she actually likes building stuff, but she builds like computers. She built her smartphone.
She built a smartphone. What is she, Chinese?
Yes. No. She's like British.
British don't fucking make smartphones. The Chinese make smartphones.
No, she speaks English.
I'll never forgive the Chinese.
Well, it's the Japanese, but
I know.
Well, yeah, because he had an affair there. That's why he won't forgive him, because he fought him his dick.
Oh God.
But yeah, eventually she actually knows how to build stuff because she used to build like with tools with her mom. So I guess the mom's dead, or but yeah, she eventually wants to join the club. It's like, so what's your name? Juliet Queen Elizabeth VIII. That's her full name.
What the fuck?
No, but she doesn't want to use that. But she doesn't want to use that. So she wants a nickname. She gets a nickname. It's Jobco.
What?
Well, how have you said good? Apparently, is how she said good job in Japanese.
Trying to remember how that is.
Jobco, something like that.
Hey Google, how do you say good job in Japanese?
In Japanese, that's yoku dekita. What else should I translate?
Nothing else, thank you.
Weird. Okay. Got it from basically.
That's Google for you, y'all.
Alrighty, but yeah, her nickname is Jobco instead of Juliet Elizabeth VIII.
Did they make that specifically because the queen died?
I hope so. I fucking hope so. But no, she's now part of the club. She has that. Now they have 4 people in the group.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. It's cute. I like the interaction. So I wonder who the next one will be. Now we can move on.
It's better than fucking Blue Lock. I'm sorry, you fucking soured me on Blue Lock. That stupidity. Like, it was one thing. We had an interesting discussion about technology in Gundam, and I was like, all right, it is what it is. Not the best, but all right. Fucking Blue Lock.
I'm just telling you what's going on.
Fucking Blue Lock. Oh god, I just Blue Derp is what the fuck I see. Derp is what the fuck I see with Blue Lock. God damn it.
Again, I'm just telling you what they're showing.
All right, 55 minutes in. We're back to where we normally are, Matt.
All right. Yep. All right. All right. Now, one I added. Thanks. Bleach.
Yeah, let's start off, baby.
I caved in. It's like, all right.
How could you not?
I know, but I will admit the animation's so much better. It's
like a movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually serious this time. Like it's gonna be hopefully just no filler, just the arc. That's all I want.
You do know we're gonna probably at some point get some sort of like random filler episode. I just feel it coming.
But I don't want a filler arc. I don't want like a filler of 10 episodes. I just want the arc. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
If we could do that, I'm golden. Good.
It might win Anime of the Year.
For next year, yeah.
Might.
It might. It has a chance. If it keeps up this, if it stays consistent, I will say yes.
Or right, what happened, Matt? In episode 2.
Episode 2. Fucking.
I can talk.
Yeah, go ahead, please. I'm still not well.
All right. Episode 2. So episode 2 starts off with Wandenreich giving their report about what happened, and the boss, whose name I don't know. Do you know the boss's name? I don't know.
For the Quincy's.
Yeah, for the Wandenreich, the Quincy's. Quincy's. As what they call Mayuri says, is it Quincy's?
What did he look like again?
Anyway, he looks Mexican.
Yawach?
That guy. Anyway.
Yeah, YHWACH.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking weird German name.
Yush.
So anyway, that guy basically blows off the fucking guy who blew off his fucking arm in episode 1.
And they decapitated him.
And he's decapitated in episode 2. He looks at the guy who faced Ichigo, the Rancor that faced Ichigo, and he's like, there's nothing particularly praiseworthy, but there's nothing really to punish you. But regardless, you've done your job, so thank you. Decapitates him too.
Yeah, it's like he didn't need you. Fuck you.
Just fucking. And then he's like, "Sir, was that a good idea?" Like his subordinates were like, "Sir, was that a good idea?" We're like, "Yeah, we could just get another one. No big deal." Yeah. And then they turn behind him, and we see Halle Bell chained up.
Yeah.
We see Halle Bell chained up, and then at a later portion in the episode, we basically get to see briefly the battle that happened between the boss and Halle Bell, and Halle Bell, took up, and she got wrecked by this guy, absolutely wrecked, and so
by someone that's considered a low-ranking Quincy,
basically, and so wait, are you talking about? I'm talking about Halle Bell. Halle Bell got wrecked by the boss.
Oh, you got wrecked by the boss. I forgot wrecked by that guy that's running the place now. Okay.
Yeah, Halle Bell got wrecked by the boss. You're thinking of her subordinates, the tres besos. I believe that's what they're called. The tres besos. The tres something. I forget what they're.
I forgot what they're called.
It's like I think it was tres besos, which is 3 kisses in Spanish. So anyway, we basically see the episode continues on with some Arankar being lined up after the rest of wherever the fuck they were living in got destroyed, and we see the girls basically say like, hey, we're gonna stand up, we're gonna revolt. And so as they start killing more Arankar, this fucking low-ranking Quincy, like general, I guess, or lieutenant or whatever the fuck he is, he starts killing them all, like stabbing them and shit. The 3 revolt, and they start killing a bunch of like the really low-ranking Quincy's. They kill a bunch of them fucking really in quick succession, right? And it's like, oh shit, let's go. Actually no, I'm lying. I'm kind of lying. The two girls that stepped up before they got destroyed and killed were the two girls from earlier in Bleach. I forget, that basically call themselves like Aizen's assistants. Aizen's
right.
subject, whatever the fuck they were. Like the two girls, these two like small petite girls, and they step up, kill a couple of the Quincy's, and then they die. They get fucking wrecked. And so then to avenge them is the Tres Pesos. The Tres Pesos starts killing a bunch more of the low-ranking Quincy's, and then we get like this Quincy general, and the Quincy general wrecks them, just offs them, right?
Yeah, so, they were like, "Oh, he's no match for us," but like, you sure?
Yeah. So these Quincy's are fucking OP as fuck because the people that the fucking that the Soul Society struggled against in their battle, or had difficulties with, like they're just getting off to like nothing by these guys. It's wild. And so excuse me, Ichigo and crew head over there, and
before that though, we see Kisuke again that transports them.
Oh, Kisuke, yeah, sorry, my bad. Forgetting this. I'm in the midst of all
this. And then Ishida says, "I cannot come with you."
Yeah, so basically they hear out the story from Pesce and Nell, and they're like, "Are you gonna come save us?" Well, Ichigo's like, "Yeah, of course, I can't just ignore it." And so Ishida's like, "I can't come with you. I refuse to, to help."
He can't interfere with Quincy and Soul Reaper either. Like,
no, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know about the fact that they're Quincy's.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay,
he does not know that. No, he does not know that at all. That the people that Ichigo, because Ichigo, I don't know if Ichigo told him, but it's not distinctly said. But he doesn't know that these people are Quincy's, and so he just knows,
he just assumed from the one guy.
Yeah, he didn't see him. He didn't see that power or nothing. So that's the issue. So just the principle, he basically doesn't go off the principle of helping Arrancar. He doesn't want to help the Arrancar. And so it was Kisuke, Sato, Orihime, and Ichigo, and Pesce and Nell. And they head back to Pueko Mundo. They land in Pueko Mundo. Everything is destroyed. You see a bunch of like reishi fires, because again, their fires are so like the reishi is so like dense and like pure. It lights shit up to like burn.
Like that's and that's how they know like they're dead or something like that.
Yeah, like they're burning, like it's bad. And so Ichigo rushes over to the scene. We see the battle happen with the Arrancars, and the episode. Oh, I'm also skipping another part. I keep skipping ahead. The part that I missed was back in the Soul Society. We see the cremation of first off, we get the official at the beginning of the episode, which I skipped as well. At the beginning of the episode, we get the official notice from the Soul Society. Hey,
this captain's dead.
Like, hey, the vice captain of Squad 1 is dead. All the members of Squad 1 are dead. All 167 members of Squad 1 have been murdered by these fucking people. They'll call them like, and you hear this on like the soul phone, like basically the homeboy cell phone. And later on in the episode, we also see Mayuri give a report to all the captains of the people that are the Wandenreich, and they're like, "Oh, we see their power, we see them, the Hollows, all that." He basically said, with all the facts, like it's pretty obvious who these people are. They're Quincy's, and that's where that kind of cuts off from that standpoint. From there, the episode ends, as we mentioned, with Ichigo finally meeting up with the
Quincy's.
The Quincy lieutenant. As I think, did he finish offing the Tres Pesos, or did he?
I think they were wounded.
Yeah, they're like really critically wounded. So he's about to off them. Ichigo saves them, and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
So
good stuff. Really good stuff.
Fantastic stuff, dude.
All right. Next one. One that just aired. The Little Lies We All Tell.
Yes.
We find out what they are. Sakine is the path. Tsubasa is a guy, Trap-kun.
Trap-kun.
Chiyo is ninja.
Not to say he's kind of cute. Can't lie.
Yeah, right?
Can't lie.
It's like a tomboyish.
Yeah. Except it's an actual boy.
Yeah, pretty much. Chiyo is a ninja. He's an alien. As Sakine read the minds of Chiyo and Rika, hearing all this.
Yep.
But she can't read Tsubasa's because
it only works on gender.
Girls only, yeah, like same.
And she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that it only works on girls.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's like, it doesn't seem to work on it. So yeah, it's just that one classroom all talking while trying to not give stuff away about themselves. With Rico, she's like on a crusade for her people. Chio, she wants to live a normal life in the school, doesn't want to be a ninja anymore. Tsubasa is basically his sister didn't want to go to school, so just you take my place. And what was for Sakine? Or we didn't explain hers.
They didn't go over hers. She's just the funniest character.
She was just reading their minds.
Yep.
So all that's going on. Chio sees a ninja assassin outside. And then Rika got rid of one of them accidentally for passing gas because she had to for a tenna.
No, it was the same one.
It was the same one. Okay,
it's the same boy that fucking that homegirl fucking wrecked. Yeah. She came back to try and wreck Tsubasa. Not Tsubasa. I forget their Chio. And basically she got the fucking methane gas or chlorine gas. I think it was chlorine
from the antenna.
From Rika, yeah.
Or her bow ties. Sorry.
They look like bow ties, but they're really fucking
hidden as antenna.
And they're gross looking. Like when you really look at them, they're really gross.
I forgot what happened to make Rika freak out, thinking that they're all like spot. Oh, her machine malfunction. Her teddy bear or whatever.
Yeah, the teddy bear is basically hiding her hypnosis that make them not suspect that she's an alien.
Yeah, makes them think something else. Yeah, and malfunctioned. Yeah. It said something. It made Rika freak out. It led to the point where Chio knocked her out as a ninja in the face. Boom. And then she's knocked out for a bit. The machine's fine.
It dried.
It was pretty funny. It has some funny moments.
Sakine is hilarious. She is absolutely hilarious. She's my favorite character. I don't really and Trap Coon's my second favorite character. I don't really care about the other two girls. Like,
Well, the ninja's fine in small bits, not like a whole thing. Because again,
and the alien, I don't find the alien funny at all. I don't find her funny at all.
No, she's
honestly, this is my first episode of the season, first show of the season where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it some time. I owe it that. But if I'm not
as potential.
It does, but then at the same time, it's got potential for both. It's got the potential to be really funny and solid, or it's got the potential for me to drop it. Truth be told.
We'll see what happens. I think it'll just be just a standard comedy slice of life. I don't see anything be a groundbreaking. Like, it's not going to be Uzaki. It's not going to be Bochi the Rock. It's not going to be like Love Flops.
I just want Trap Coon to get a boner.
Oh, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for Trap Coon to get a boner.
Yeah, and he was like trying to figure out.
It's not like so. All right, let's back this up. Trap Coon, right? When we say trap in anime, like they are feminine and they have there's sexual tension. Like no, like this guy is completely comfortable being straight. He just can pass as looking like a girl, but he's completely normal. He's completely straight. Like nothing. Yeah. Doesn't have any sort of queer tendencies or anything.
Yeah, he's just cross dressing for his sister.
He's just cross dressing because his sister demanded that he did.
Yeah. And he figured, okay, I may as well try to get laid while I'm here. Yeah, he's attracted to none of them.
Yeah, basically. I'm waiting for me, Connor. That'll make the season. If he gets a hard on for
I'm waiting for one of them to like sit on his lap.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what will happen.
Do you stuff your pantsu? Oh yeah.
Like shit. All right, I'll let you take this one. Raven of the Inner Palace.
Because you don't remember, huh?
Again, I have a lot.
I know you, buddy.
So bear with me.
I know you do. I gotta remember what the fuck happened. Okay, so I just don't. I'm not good with these characters because they're Chinese. Chinese names are really hard. They really fucking are hard, dude.
Yeah, Rio Ka.
I don't know the other woman.
Jiju.
No, I know Juju, and I know Juju. I know Jusetsu. I know Emperor. I can look the attendant. No, the Emperor's friend, which is what the episode focuses on. I don't know her I don't remember her name, and it's a hard Chinese name.
Do you remember what she looked like?
She was really pretty.
That's a nerd.
Tall, dark hair, light skin, had a mole.
What color was her dress?
I think varied, but she had a light blue dress, I think, at one point.
Kajo?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna describe it as best as I can. So the episode focuses on the Emperor's friend. The Emperor's friend is a she has some sort of title. Again, I don't remember the title. My apologies, because the title actually is a fake title. We find out later on in the episode.
Right.
But basically, the show follows this woman as she visits her and her ladies in waiting. Visit the Raven consort, and they say, you know, like, hey, we just wanted to see who the Raven consort was. They're like, oh, well, do you have a request? They're like, we'll come back for our request. We just want to see the woman who the Emperor is neglecting his other consorts for. And Jusetsu is like, well, I don't do nighttime duties for the Emperor, you know, I'm just the Raven consort. And she's like, we know, like, you know, but he's been coming here every single night, really late. He hardly visits his consorts. So we just wanted to see the woman that's got him so infatuated with you, and you know, that's who. So that's that. Of course, later on in the evening, the Emperor comes over to discuss something. Do you remember what it was to discuss? He wanted to discuss something, and then his friend, the woman, shows up and says, I'm back for my request. And they're like, okay, well, what's your request? And her request is to see her dead lover. And we get the story. It's a really nice story, actually, of the soul whistle. Or I'm sorry, the spring whistle. My bad, the spring whistle. So the spring whistle in Chinese culture, you basically build a whistle and you hang it on your house. And there's a proverb that says that every spring, when your whistle blows in the wind, it's the soul of your beloved, whoever that may be, visiting you and saying, hey, you know, I'm good in the afterlife. Just wanted to say I'm here to see you and say hi. And then that's the story. So she has this whistle that she had made by someone who we don't know at this time. We find out later, but we don't know at this time. Someone made this whistle, handcrafted it. The whistle has never blown. And so Jusetsu is like, well, do you want me to call the soul of your beloved? And she's like, yes, if you don't mind. So she gets the information of the beloved, again, another hard Chinese name, gets the soul of the beloved, tries to call it with her magic. Nothing happens. And so she tells,
like, huh?
Yeah, so she tells her, like, hey, like, your beloved isn't in paradise. They call heaven paradise. Your beloved is
basically like, are you sure he's dead?
Right. It's either he's in hell or he's alive, one or the other.
And they go detail about what happened. Basically, was it some type of like revolt? Or
it was a revolt of some sort. So yeah, basically, and we get the introduction of a new character. Oneki is the guard, right?
Yes.
So we get the introduction of another character, and this character basically is kind of like an informant, where like he gets information about whatever he needs to get information on and delivers it over to the attendant to the Emperor or to the Emperor himself. So we get the introduction of that character, and he basically finds out more information about what happened. But basically, the initial story is that there was an uprising in this province 3 years ago, and he was killed as part of this uprising. And so they set out on an adventure to try and get the information. And we find out through this person a little later, I believe the next day, but we find out from this person that her beloved was killed 3 years ago. The person who led the uprising was some man that basically was kind of like a proverb, but he used no magic. So he was very, interesting fellow before he was killed. And one of the caveats of that, which we see in various bits, is they said that he was sometimes two different people, that he might have been possessed by something at different intervals during this uprising before he was killed. And so throughout the episode, we basically see different people with their eyes glowing red, which is, a bit peculiar. We found out about the magic. And so while this is happening, the next day, I believe it's the next day, somebody disappears. Like one of the ladies in waiting disappears, and they call Jusetsu like, hey, the lady disappeared, we're trying to get information. So they call her, and she goes over to like the ladies' chambers. She blows she basically gets like I think a piece of hair, and she does some magic and creates a raven, and the raven was basically going to follow the scent of the hair and find the woman where she's at on the grounds. So they follow the raven, Jusetsu follows the raven, and they find her in a like wooded area, and she's possessed by this supposed possession that we told about. And again, it's got a name. I don't remember the name. My apologies. But the possession has a name, and basically the possession kind of knows Jusetsu's secret and also knows her power and shares similar power with Jusetsu. And basically, it wants Jusetsu to join forces with him, or like, he'll reveal the secret, something along those lines. Basically, Jusetsu doesn't fall for it. And one of the things that the woman is holding is a gourd. And the gourd basically is like a magical gourd that has a magic seal on it that contains the souls, including the particular soul that she was looking for. And so using her powers, she's able to break the seal and therefore break the gourd. And in that process, basically she's able to exercise that possession from the woman. However, after she does that, the possession basically kind of reveals itself in like a ghost form, and it's somebody of similar ilk with white hair, and said, don't worry, this isn't the last time we're going to meet, basically. And it disappears, and she's able to basically collect the soul of the beloved of the woman. And I skipped a couple parts. Basically, we find out that again, the woman and the emperor are childhood friends, and the emperor was the one who made the whistle for her, which is very interesting. And we also find out a little bit more about the emperor in terms of his mentorship and how he learned to make the whistle. He said that he basically had a father figure, like this old man, and the old man was brutally murdered. And she mentioned never mention his name in front of him if you want to live. Basically, don't mention his name. And again, we don't know the name, hard Chinese name. Sorry, guys. And so the episode basically ends with Jusetsu calling over the woman, showing her, giving her the soul, and the soul makes the whistle blow. The whistle blows. She begins to cry. She follows the soul outside, and the soul ends up going to paradise. And Jusetsu tells the woman, like, hey, don't worry about it. That soul will be back. Your beloved will be back next spring, and the whistle will blow, and all will be normal now that he's returned to paradise. And she begins to bawl uncontrollably. As a reward, she gets a pretty little gift, and she mentioned, hey, like, wear my gift and come see me. So basically, she offers her friendship to the Raven Consort. And the Raven Consort, it's interesting because throughout the episode, we see little flashbacks of the Raven Consort when she grew up with the previous Raven Consort. And the thing about the Raven Consort, which is pretty fascinating, is it's a very lonely position. You're not supposed to get attached to any one particular person or one particular request, because it's supposed to impair your judgments. You're supposed to remain completely neutral. You're not supposed to take requests from the emperor of all people. There's various caveats to the Raven Consort position that are currently being broken by this emperor and by these people that she's basically been doing these favors for in general. So it's kind of interesting to see how that works. The Raven Consort didn't have friends. There are people trying to court her as friends, like Juju and this woman. They're trying to befriend her. The emperor clearly has feelings for her. So very interesting stuff that we see throughout the episode. Yeah.
But no, this was a nice episode.
This is a nice series. Like, it's not gonna like blow you away, but it's very intriguing, very like aesthetically pleasing. The musical composition is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's a very solid series. If you like old like history mixed with magic, this is a pretty decent show for you to watch.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Eminence and Shadow.
A weird one.
This was definitely a weird one, but yeah, we kind of picked up where it left off, where Sid talked about his harem leaving.
Yeah, which was weird. It just kind of like they left and then they time skipped. That kind of threw me off. Like, they left and then they time skipped 2 years, and he's 15 now.
And he's like, he hasn't heard from them since.
He hasn't heard from them since. He's 15 now.
And he's randomly thinking about it 2 years later.
Yeah, and he basically enrolls himself in like a special like magical / sword academy that his sister went to, and he's still perfectly like normal background character. He's got normal loser friends that go along with him.
And over there, they see this man proposing to this princess named Alexa.
You're also forgetting the beginning of the episode where we see that in his human life he went fucking crazy. He's like magic.
Yes,
magic,
and he got hit by a truck,
and he throws himself in front of Truck-kun. That's how he died.
Yep, that's how he died.
He went crazy and threw himself in front of Truck-kun.
Yep, he wanted to be Batman.
Basically.
That.
Anyway, yeah. So,
back to what this guy proposed to Alexa. She turned him down.
Yes,
and now
the guy was a nice guy, like rich and handsome,
and then Sid got roped into doing it
because he failed. He got the lowest score on their previous test, and so there was a bet the lowest person has to confess their feelings to the princess.
And then he did like this fake weak sob story, very nervous.
He looked like Kazuto.
Yeah,
Kazuya. He looked like Kazuya.
Is it? I like you. All this.
I literally watched that and I was like, "Oh, this is how Kazuya is gonna ask somebody else." Makes sense.
Yeah, fucking cheeser.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, he's like, "Good, this is gonna work. She's gonna turn me down. We're good. I can be left alone." She grabs his hand and says, "Sure, you're the type of guy I was looking for." And everyone is shocked and like giving him death glares. He's trying to be like this annoying Dane Cook piece of shit with like, let me she has her own food for lunch. Like, well, I'm gonna take some of that.
Yeah, she's like, I never finished it. She's like, oh, well, this tastes good. Oh, this tastes good. And everyone's like looking at him like with disgusting.
Even she is just like looking at him like, pardon?
You pig.
I was like, you want to join my fencing class? Oh, I'm rank 9. It's like, I'm rank 1. Oh yeah, I can get you in. It's like, oh boy, this can't be good.
Yep. And so they basically they take
practice
class, and she's perfectly normal. And again, nobody knows that he's got these OP powers, and he's ridiculously
and OP. And then he's having this inner monologues like,
basically,
her moves are very normal. Basic.
Yeah, she's basic, but she's got all the things down, but she's so dull. Like, this is so dull. And then
she's like, you find out, she's trying to be better than her sister, who's like this hero of the Black Knights, or
no, that's what's his face's sister. That's Sid's sister. Sid's sister is stronger than the Black Knights.
No,
the other woman is a powerful like swords woman, but she's not like I think she's on par with them.
Iris,
she's on par with the Knights, but I don't think she's like a hero of the Black Knights.
She's the first. She is the first princess of the Kingdom of Midgar and leader of the Order.
Okay, well, whatever the fuck that means.
I'm just looking at her profile.
We say Lord of the Rings. Anyway, and so we find out basically after class that the teacher, the sensei of the class, is actually the princess's fucking betrothed.
Zenon
sensei. And so Sid figures out pretty quickly, like, oh, like she's just using me so she doesn't have to go out with him. And so he confronts the princess. The princess,
and she admits it, and he's like, "Oh, big deal. What of it?"
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm really not good. You think I'm gonna fall for this?"
Yeah.
And then she like grabs something from her pocket. It's a gold coin.
Yeah.
Toss it. And he's like, "You really think you could buy me money?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like,
"You're right. You're right."
And then we got
he turns into a dog. He turns into Ino-kun.
We get our first Denki. He turns to Denki.
Pochi-kun. Pochi. Orf. Orf.
Yep. So he's like, he caught a gold coin with his mouth.
Yep. And he basically becomes her bitch.
Yep, because I need this for my guild.
For his shadow organization, shadow procedures, whatever organization. Whatever.
So he's like, maybe they'll come back.
Yeah.
And then they start acting like a couple, like or having her arm around us.
Yeah.
Trying to get him jealous, and she's trying to get her fiance jealous.
Yep, and Zenon doesn't give a fuck. He's like,
he's talking to two girls now. She's jealous.
Yep, basically. And then they have an argument on the train one night as they're going home.
Yeah, she's trying to talk about her sisters. Like, you don't need to be your sister. Like, you're fine as you are.
Yeah.
And he's like, how dare you?
Basically, because he said that, like, your sword fencing is like basic, but I like it. I like your style. Like, you know, and one of the things that the princess kept saying is like, yo, I'm basically fighting myself. Like, you're my mirror, like, you know, whatever.
And she hates it.
And she hates it. And so they get into a fight. The train stops and she leaves and she's like, sayonara. And Sid is like, well, there goes the end of my relationship. Everything's normal. He's with his friends, whatever the case is. The next morning, we see Zenon and a couple of knights surround him and his friends. And it's like, hey.
And you find out she never got home.
She never returned to her dorm, and you're the last person to see her alive. Do you mind if we ask some questions? And he immediately basically surrenders as if like he did something.
Yep.
And meanwhile, the whole people watching.
Yep. So that's how that episode ended. Nice episode. Very weird, but yeah, it was good, especially near the end.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how Zenon, because I feel like Zenon's going to be part of the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
And sure. I feel like Zenon's gonna be part of the bad guys, and I think I think the princess is gonna like see Sid for who he is, and want to like actually be with him and join him and whatnot.
Yes,
that's my call. Don't know.
Yeah, we will see. Moving on, Uzaki-chan.
Kind of funny.
Pretty funny. We got a school festival.
Bunkasai.
And Sakurai doesn't want to go because he wants to play his new game.
Yes, because he's a
what you call it? Uzaki like teasing him on and all this, but someone.
No, before that, Uzaki was like, "Oh, well, do you mind if I come over and we hang out?" Like, "Oh yeah, that'd be nice." Because she just wants to be around her senpai, aka her crush.
But Sasaki has plans.
Yes,
and basically he's trying to entice them to come. With this brand new game
in more than one way.
Yes, but yeah, basically there's a brand new game console as a grand prize for the lottery if you spend this much money in every stall.
And you get a stamp.
Yep. And Uzaki's like, I want it.
And Senpai is like, oh, you know what? You want it? Let's go try and get it. Okay.
So yeah. And
he goes as he's leaving, like, by the way, I suggest you start with the occult club.
Yes.
They give out fortunes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You did say that. And so they go to the Bunkasai. They go around, whatever. Eventually, they do make their way to the occult club.
Yep.
And
fortune teller.
Yeah. They actually, let me back up, because they did like stuff like rock climbing. Like they did a bunch of cool things at the festival before they got to the occult club. But they did get to the occult club. Everybody starts looking at them funny, and the line just happens to be only women. And so they're like, oh, this is odd. And so when they finally get to the front of the line and they get they're in front of the person, we find out that the person who's giving the readings is actually one of Uzaki's friends, one of her girlfriends.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like, I'm surprised you guys came together. And they're like, well, what do you mean? They're like, did you not read the sign? Like this isn't just random fortune telling. Like, this is your love fortune telling. They're like, what? And so they try to escape, and all the members of the occult club surround them. They're like, nope, you're not escaping. You must get your fortune read. Must.
Yep. And then they do it.
Yep. And what are they, Matt?
What were they?
Completely compatible with each other.
Yep. They're like, you guys are shippable. You're gonna have kids.
Yeah, you guys are so perfect. They're like, well, wait, aren't you guys not going out? They're like, yeah, we're not going out. Well, why aren't you going out? You guys are like so perfect. You're just letting this chemistry go to waste. And they're like both like bumbleshot. They're like,
yeah, but it got to like them thinking about it to themselves.
Yeah, at the end, yeah. So basically, they get their stamp, they leave. And wait, there's more.
And of course,
one of the club members. Who is it, Matt?
Fucking Haby.
It's Ami-chan. And basically we find out that Ami and Sakaki basically coordinated this whole thing out for them to get their fortunes, this love fortune read. And they're like, by the way, this isn't a bullshit fortune. They're like, no, this is 100% real. This is a real fortune. It just happened that my fortunes are really good. So like, it's actually like legit. And obviously, as a viewer, that they have like really good chemistry. Like
they do, yeah.
Not to realize that.
That's why fucking the father and Ami tried to ship them.
I know, but no, like as Matt said, this opens up a whole new realm for the show, because for the first time ever, the both of them are now thinking about the fact that they have legit chemistry.
Do they really like each other? Do they?
Yeah, and Uzaki fucking confuses everything, and she basically like thinks like senpai is thinking one thing completely off, and she's basically like pumping herself up, blowing herself up, like yeah, like senpai needs me, like senpai can't live without me, like she's like really like her ego is like blown the fuck up, and so she wants senpai to basically admit it, and senpai's like nope, he doesn't want to because he's still I'm not a recluse. What's the word for being withdrawn?
Narcissist.
Huh?
Narcissist?
No, not being in love with you. Oh god damn it. Introvert. Yes. Introverted. And so they have a little bit of confusion, but the episode ends basically with them having this little bit of confusion, and then they
lost the lottery. They lost the lottery with the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, well, they lost that, but that's
so Izaki's pissed, like you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but that's inconsequential because, like I said, the main story for the rest of the episode is.
I know, but but that was why they got stuck in it. So you had to put in who won, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh well, we have fun together.
Yeah, and so like I said, they end up like bonding over crockpot, and then basically as they're eating the crockpot, like their hands touch, and they get like, oh my god, they like pull back, and they're both blushing, and they're both thinking about like the chemistry. Like this opens up the door for their relationship, and I think it's going to continue throughout the season as they both like awkwardly try and like go through the fact that their eyes are open to like, oh, like this person is like legit, like there's a chemistry there that we can't continue to fucking deny.
Right. But very nice episode.
It was. I'm interested to see how this. I feel like it's gonna be a little less funny and more a little cringy with their like love stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be what happens.
All right. I'm drawing a blank on this one, so I'll let you take it. Bocchi the Rock. I know they were talking about the future of the band.
Oh, so Bocchi the Rock episode 2, future of the band. Basically, they need to come up. We get the principle of how bands in Japan work, and so basically, you're basically contracted to play X amount of shows a month, and so if you draw like 10 people and they pay to see your show, that's you get a quota, and like your quota is like I need to play like 5 times, and 10 people need to show up. So as long as that happens, whatever you can still play, and then whatever proceeds the cafe or the club makes, they split those proceeds with you, so you get a little bit of side money for playing while you practice and stuff, basically. Versus if you don't meet your quota, where you don't play enough, or if you say like, oh, I commit to 10 people showing up and like 2 people show up, then it's costing the cafe money to host you, and then you have to pay the difference of their loss.
So they were basically they have to consider finding part-time work.
Yeah, so basically they basically try to do part-time work in order to pay for some of the things, and they're all going to basically be part-time workers at the cafe. Of course, Bocchi is fucking scared shitless. The day before her shift, she basically actively tries to get a cold. She takes an ice shower, and then she stands. Yeah, she takes an ice shower, then she basically gets out and stands in front of a fucking
while
soaking wet. And she wakes up the next day completely fine. She's like, well, god damn it. And so she goes to her part-time job, and again, scared shitless. They try to figure out exactly like what they're gonna do. She's like, oh well, you could serve drinks, just and they ask for an orange juice, give them an orange juice. If they ask for a cola, give them a cola. If they ask for a alcoholic drink, alcohol's back there, you're good, no problem, right? But Bocchi, again, she's got social anxiety. She can't look the customers in the eye. She's like basically hiding under a counter,
like grabbing the wrong drinks.
Like she's a whole fucking mess. But what happened that got her out of it? I don't remember.
Was it Najika talking to her, or?
Well, Najika was talking to her throughout the episode, but
I forgot there was someone trying to talk her out of it.
Like she overheard something, and it's like she overheard something. I forget what it was, and it triggered like in her head, like that she needs, she needs to snap out of her shell.
To do this for the band.
Yeah, basically. And so by the end of the episode, she ends up being a little bit slightly less introverted. She's able to look a customer in the eye, give them a drink. It's a little awkward, but the customer finds it funny. So that's pretty well. And then, it's a nice little like, goodbye for her and the band. Like they're like, oh, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. And on the way home, she sneezes and she caught that cold.
Finally. It took a day late, but
it was a day late, but now she's got a fever and she's sick.
I'm glad the humor's still there though.
It is. They're a lot of funny parts. The one girl, the quiet girl that's like that is purposefully like lonely. She's my favorite character.
Which one?
I forget her name.
The blue hair girl?
Huh?
The blue hair girl or
the taller one. Taller, just as quiet one. God damn it, where's Bocchi the Rock? Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock. Rio. Yeah, it is blue hair girl. Rio. She looked like a fucking child on Dynamite. She literally looked like a 13-year-old.
That's what my spouse said. I was like, really? Her?
She looks like a 13-year-old this week. I was like, wow, bro. Pigtails, little tiny dress. The combat boots, that's a Japanese style.
I'm sorry. I can't buy her as like the top female star. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you kind of can't. Like, she's definitely like... In Japan, you could. In Japan, I definitely could.
Even there.
No, I could definitely see her.
There was better females than hers.
I would love to see her and Saya Kamitani. I think that would be a fantastic.
I prefer Saya.
Of course, I prefer Saya too. But I prefer a lot of the girls in Stardom over there. Natsupoi, Tam, Julia.
Like, get actual talented Japanese females, guys. Fuck.
Suri, even though she screams like a banshee.
Like, I want fucking Arisa Nakajima there. I want Nana Takahashi, Yoshihiko. Get those women.
Wait, Yoshihiko, the fucking blow up doll?
No, the actual woman.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Yoshihiko.
Good
night, guys. End broadcast.
No. Yoshihiko, the actual female.
Okay, I don't know.
The one that injured that girl in Stardom?
No clue.
Okay. Maybe I showed you.
I've probably seen it. I just don't know her name, but
yeah. But no, like, she got better after all that fiasco. Like, let it go already. Fuck.
Yeah. All right, we're going on a side tangent because we started talking about.
All right, let's go. Let's move on.
Wrestling content. Anyway, good episode of Bocchi. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we missed on Bocchi.
I think that's it.
All right, well, funny episode. Yes. I like it. Bocchi's one of my sleepers for like surprisingly funny anime.
Yes. All right, moving on. Spy Family.
You like this one?
I did. I know you hate Anya. I know. But yeah, picked up where he left off. Lloyd detains the dog. The terrorist, he leaves the dog there, driving from the car. Yor sees it, jumps from the top of the bridge, kicks the car by herself. Car crashes. That guy gets arrested. The Forger family is like they all meet up finally. And they're talking about Lloyd's long shits, and it's Yor's fault because of her cooking.
Yes.
The handler, the leader comes there. They talk about a good job. We got from here, and they're asking about the dog, Mr. Dog, and then we're gonna take it, just check up on it. And Anya's like, "No, I want this doggy." And they're like, "No, it's dangerous. Like, if you say no, I'm gonna be bad and I'm gonna quit school." They like, "No, anything but that." This giant organization under the knees of a 6-year-old. Love it.
I don't.
I know you don't. But no, so she like gets on her Anya's level, talks to her, and is like, "You're gonna take care of him, right?" That type of thing. And she promises to take care of the other dogs that were abused by this group of terrorists. So if you take care of him, I'll take care of them. What do you say? What do you say? So I like her. The handler, Sylvia.
I love Handler. Handler's my favorite character of the entire fucking series.
I want a backstory on her.
I would love a backstory on Handler. I would love for Lloyd to fuck Handler. That won't happen, but
no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. That Handler's talking to Lloyd's like, "Yeah, you got a good family here." Like, she's like hinted, like, keep them. And so they go home. they Mr. Dog. They're like, oh, like, this is your home now and all this, and you see the dog like tearing up a little inside.
Mm-hmm.
He's happy.
Yeah, because it had flashbacks. The dog had flashbacks of what had
abused, being tortured, eating like slop.
Yeah.
All that.
Eating what's coming out of your throat right now when you cough.
Pretty much.
Mm.
And then everyone's happy. He's like, oh, now it's time to put the plan in motion. I'm gonna tell Damien I got a dog. And Damien's like, you got a dog? And he's like, big deal. He's like, ah. And she like falls to her knees, upset. And Damien's like, what type of dog is it? What's its name? She doesn't know. It was like, you can't name your dog? What the fuck is wrong with you? You shouldn't have a dog. So the second half of the episode is trying to figure out a name for the dog. And she asks her friend, how do you do that? It's like, nah, like you can't like name it something you like you can't name it Peanut. Because he'd say big dog. And then it's like name of the dog is hard, so they go to the dog park. And then Lloyd's like telling Anya like be together for it and all that, take care of it. He has to be the hypocrite because he's like talking about once this is over, I'm gonna get rid of them. Like I'll check up on them, like here and there, but I'm getting rid of them after this.
I'm just gonna be a typical American minority dad.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. A typical deadbeat 6'4" dad.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then Anya is looking for her gloves. It's missing. One of the dogs has it, so Bond just like just overshadow this dog to make it drop the gloves. And Anya decides to name Bond because of the TV show
Bondo Man.
So now because of this, his name Bond, and now he's very happy again. Like his eyes sparkling.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this is dope. I love Bond.
Bondo.
Borg.
Borf.
Yes, Borf. Sorry, Borf.
Borf.
Yeah, so they're watching the show, and then Lloyd's about to go say, hey, time to study, but they're sleeping together. It's a very nice episode.
Who's that?
I know. For you.
I know.
Alrighty, moving on.
Moving on up.
The second one I added because of you. Love flops. I love you.
Oh, good God. Tell us, Matthew, what do you think of love flops?
All right, so it's basically 3 girls, a trap, and a teacher, all from different countries, but speak perfect Japanese. No accents from the country, like Bulgaria, China, America, wherever the other 2 are from. I don't fucking know.
No, they're not all from countries.
Yeah. They said
Amelia's American. Ilya's Bulgarian. Bai is Chinese.
Karen's Europe, I think.
Somewhere in Europe. So. And then I was Japanese.
Okay, I was the only Japanese one.
Yeah.
No, Karen's German. She's German.
Okay, Karen's German. So Amelia Irving. Jesus Christ. Amelia Irving, you think that would be like they should have made a dark girl then. You think of Irving, you think of Kyrie Irving, Julius Irving.
Nah, it's Japan.
They don't believe in black people except Mika.
Yeah, Travis students are white only.
This show could have benefited from some color.
I know, but not Japan. I know it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Asahi's talking to Aoi. Also, we have our antagonist, the fucking dog.
Yes.
Antagonist of the season, this fucking dog.
I hope they adopt him.
He's gonna rape him.
He sees them having sex. Ooh, Worf, I could join. Worf.
Yes, mostly to Ilya.
Oh God.
Yeah, so Aoi is telling Asahi that she loved him, and while she's commando, her panties fell off for some reason.
They blew away.
It blew away. I guess she didn't tie him good enough.
I never understood that. Like, why are like Japanese panties like tied panties? Like, why aren't they like normal like elastic panties?
I don't fucking know.
Like, it's
they're on the tree. She's freaking out. So Asahi uses to escape. Basically, and then Ilya talks to him. He like already is scared. Woof.
Yep.
Yeah, because he said woof to him. He's like, no, not again, not again.
Yeah.
And this is actually funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. Ilya is like talking to him. He's like talking about I love you. Now he's saying I love you. Like my heart skipped a beat when you protected me from the dog when you got raped by the dog. And then the teacher, Mangfa, she like drags him away
and starts giving him hickeys.
Yeah, and you hear him moaning, and like people are looking for him. It's like, oh yeah, these people are like trying to impress me, like this type of thing. By the way, I love you. I was like, what the fuck?
I came out of nowhere. I died laughing when I saw that, and I was like, what the fuck?
But you're my teacher. And I was like, what the shit? And then he runs away. And then the German girl, Karen, she's like, wait, hold on. She has a wedding outfit on, jumps off. He's like, nope, I don't know you. I don't know you.
And she's like, I'm going to my wedding. Well, congratulations. Good job.
No, I mean, you understand. Our wedding.
Like, wait, who are you mean our wedding? Yeah, it's our wedding. Now, come on, let's go.
Yeah, like, I love you and all this. And then he's like,
that's fun. I died laughing when she's like, oh, like, where are we going to go? And like, they show up in front of a chapel and they're like, nah, let's just go straight to the Love Hotel.
Yeah.
And she's like, are we skipping steps here?
Yeah. And he tells her, like, all right, I got an idea. Close your eyes.
Oh, we have to exchange vows first. Oh, you're really into it.
Yeah, close her eyes. And he runs away.
And he dipped.
And then this
and then we see Amelia.
Amelia in disguise looking for petition signatures, and he's bothering him. And it's a marriage certificate.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not signing this.
And she's like,
and the cleaning robot again is like pulling her pants down.
How the fuck did the cleaning robot get her bra? Like, bro, like that cleaning robot can unsnap a bra quicker than a fucking whore.
I was like, he was like grabbing her ass, trying to pull the pants down, but all of a sudden, oh my god, your bra instead of your panties. Well, let's go.
How did you get that? No, come back. That was kind of stupid, but funny too at the same time.
Yeah, and then as soon as he walks, he runs home. They're all right there.
Okaeri nasai, anata.
Yeah, and then he like leaves or right away. He's like, nope.
He's like, nope. Close the door. Open it.
I'm in the wrong place.
Close away. No, like, where are you going? I'm in the wrong house. No, this is your house, anata, which means deer in Japanese.
Yep. And then we find out it's his dad doing an arranged marriage thing. It's like, I picked these 5 people. I understand one's a teacher and one's a guy, but it's cool. Who gives a shit about gender and orientation? And you know what? She got the okay from the school to do this, so why the fuck not?
Right. And he's like, you guys gotta go. He's like, you guys gotta go. He's like, but we can all stay. Like, what do you mean? This house only has 3 rooms. And
all of a sudden, in a day,
they fucking added 3 more rooms.
In a day, how?
I died laughing when I saw that.
Like, hold on.
She's like, huh? He's like, huh? And he like, look, you see the before and after?
Yeah.
In a fucking day. I died laughing when I saw that, dude.
So how and that now they're like, I guess, and all 6 of them,
they're all 5 of them are basically trying to impress,
suffocated him.
Yeah, basically, they're like, oh, do you want? And I love the typical trope. I love the typical trope. Like, oh, do you want a bath? Do you want food? Do you want me?
Yep. Of course, it's the lolly American that says the me.
Of course, right?
Yeah, and then no, stop it. There's the massage. Like, oh wait, he needs an older woman's touch. No, it needs mine. I'm regretting massages.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go take a bath. Okay, and then Karen tries to join, starts stripping,
and then Amelia is like underwater.
Already butt naked.
Yeah, and there's like you're naked. It's like, I don't mind you looking. Like, get out. Like, no, not leaving now.
And then she gets up and just flashes all of her stuff in. And she's like, oh my god. And she's like, well, you told me to get out.
It's like,
that's the second vagina he's seen now.
Yeah, all of that, and then it got to the point he was trying to go to bed. I can relax here. Nope, the fucking Chinese
fucking spider lady.
Yeah,
the fucking ceiling. He's like, nope, fuck this, fuck you guys.
And he says, "Outs."
They're like, where are you going? We're like, if you guys aren't gonna leave, I'm leaving. And he fucking dips. And they're all like sad, and they're like, oh.
But Aoi is not there.
She's the calmest one out of the bunch.
Yeah, but yeah, she's like waiting for him at like the shrine.
Yeah, he goes to a shrine nearby, and she finds him close by, and he's like, I'm surprised you found me. He's like, oh, I didn't know there was a place like this around here. And they have a conversation, and basically, it's an interesting caveat to that conversation was, you know, like we were wondering like what you were gonna be like. They're like, huh? I thought you guys didn't know. They're like, oh, well, we knew your name, or we knew like there was somebody that we're supposed to marry, but we didn't know who you were or what you were like. But you know,
like they're all like glad.
Yeah, and then she's like, all right, well, I'll come back to the house, and I don't mind you guys living, but just don't do any more of what you guys
like calm down a little, basically.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, we'll do that. And then he smiles, and he's like, okay, well, it's all good. And the moment that he smiles, Aoi specifically gets a flashback in her face or in her head from when what's his face, Asahi, when he was in middle school.
So and basically we have the childhood friend.
We have a childhood friend that.
So she's not winning.
Yeah.
Aoi ain't winning, so it's one of the other four.
You don't think Aoi's winning?
It's never the childhood friend.
No, I think Aoi is gonna win, bro, because she's the most like calm of the bunch. Dude, the teacher's not gonna win.
I think it's gonna be all of them. It could be
the
all
trap
of them.
isn't. You think? Well, no, he said you can marry one of them or none of them. He didn't say all of them.
I feel like he's gonna make it. If not, then yeah, it's probably gonna be Aoi.
It's gonna be either Aoi or Karen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Amelia. It's not gonna be Trap-kun. It's not gonna be Bai.
If it's Bai, I'm gonna clap. Or if it's Ilias.
Oh, I know you're begging for Trap-kun to win.
I know. I just want to see it just to piss everyone off.
Yeah, I wanted to see the scene with Trap-kun where like they spend the night in the same bed and Asahi feels something on his leg.
No, he won't mind.
Bro, imagine if Trap-kun had like a huge horse cock.
I mean, no, Ko won't mind. Ko will say yes.
Oh my god. Well, you know the bubbles weren't that for the other girl in Call of the Night. The bubbles weren't that long. So
yeah,
tiny cheapo.
I don't know. Yeah, so he just takes it.
You know, one of the saddest things, like there's a model on Pornhub that I follow, Naomi Hub, and she's hot. She's got fake tits, which is very rare on a Japanese woman to see fake boobs on a Japanese woman. So she's got fake tits, but she's really pretty. And her boyfriend or husband or whatever, dude, he's got such a small cock, and it's so depressing watching their porn. You know, I'm just like, dude, like I have a bigger cock than this dude does. It's so fucking sad. I stopped following them. I was like, I can't get off to this.
Yeah.
Awkward ass silence as I have this random story.
Yeah, but this series is actually fine.
It's funny.
Generic rom-com tropes aside, they do it well.
It's fucking funny. That's why it works. Because it's funny. It's not corny. It's funny.
I'm telling you, that dog could be the best villain.
Huh?
I'm telling you, that dog's gonna be the best villain. Fuck the villain Chainsaw Man. It's gonna be that fucking dog.
We don't even have a villain in Chainsaw Man yet.
Soon, give it time. Or Bleach.
Nah, that's true. But it's not gonna win because it's gonna be an extended one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, let's move on to the other one you added, Matt.
Yeah, fuck you too. More than a married couple, but not lovers.
This episode was fantastic.
Very good episode. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of Akari at first.
No,
I didn't like her personality. She's like a stuck-up bitch. Generic.
Yeah, but she had her redeeming qualities.
Yeah. This episode, yeah, I think we saw. But it was just more spoiled. Like she rather go to karaoke with Tenjin, or she just came off as very selfish, despite this fucking guy Jiro winning her over solely. Yeah, accidentally.
Yeah. It's so cute though. Their dynamic is really fucking cute.
I really like Shiori. I hope it's Shiori.
It's not gonna be, unfortunately.
I know it's not, but it would be nice. But yeah, in this, how does it start again for episode 2?
The thunderstorm. So
Right.
no, I'm sorry, the horror movie. So basically, the episode starts off. They're watching a horror movie.
Well, first he has a dream with Shiori as his girlfriend. There was a dream.
Oh yeah.
But
I think it's gonna be a recurring thing because that's the second time.
Yeah. But he wakes up. It's Akari, and she's like, "I spend time with me, like spend night with me," type of thing.
Yeah.
And you find out why is for watching a horror movie, because you find out you get a lot of points.
Yeah, watching a horror movie.
Yeah, because basically the girl gets scared and you got to comfort them.
Yep.
So Jiro does a shitty job at it.
So basically, as they're doing, she turns off the movie. They're like, "Oh, thanks." They're like, "That's not no." And then the power goes out in a thunderstorm, and so
she's very scared. Now she's terrified.
Yes. And then on top of that, she bought matching pajamas, matching love pajamas.
Yeah, that has like a heart for like the arms or something like that.
Yeah, it was like it was corny, but it was cute. So they are getting changed, and the power goes out, and what's his face? Jiro fucking turns around and sees her already half like dressed, and she's like, and at first it wasn't the principle of her being half dressed. It was the fact that she was crying because of the fact she's scared of the dark and she's scared to be alone during thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And so you see this beautiful close up, absolutely gorgeous close up of her eyes, like just beaming, but with tears. And of course, Jiro gets hit. But basically they try to they talk a little bit, and then they put the light on, they put an aroma candle on. Yeah. And then what's her face? Akari is like, "Tell me a story." And so Jiro begins to tell her a horror story.
Yeah.
And she freaks out. She freaks out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then like pretty quick afterwards, she passes out on him.
And he was saying like how she's cute. Yeah. But oh shit, I said that out loud. And he looks over, she's asleep. Yeah. But she heard it.
She did hear it. And she's like, "What was that?" I love that. I absolutely love that when Jiro does like amazingly cute shit, and then he's like, "Oh, but it means nothing anyway." But he doesn't realize that Akari is like recognizing it, and that's what's making her fall for him.
And it's like getting him conflicted a little bit. And we find out like a week later, they're in Class B already.
Yeah, they're in Rank B, not Class B.
Rank B. And then and they're curious about Minami and Shiori, and they're still at E.
Or E, sorry, not even worse than F.
Yeah, they're E, and so they're shocked.
Yeah.
Because they figured they want to get A to, switch also.
Yeah.
Because they can't, because they have to switch other A's.
Yep. Correct.
So basically it's like, oh shit, so we kind of did all this for nothing for right now.
Yeah, but then, they still want to be, they still want to get into it.
Yeah, and then because you never know. And slowly we find out why. But
yeah, the second half of the episode, we see Jiro gets a cold. Yep. And he has to stay home from school. And Shiori ends up going out with her girlfriends to like eat parfait or whatever. Akari. And so Akari asks Shiori to go take care of Jiro in her steed. And so Akari shows up. Shiori shows up, and she begins to start taking care of Jiro. And really cute. They cook, like he eats, etc.
Yeah, and he's like down in the poor. He's like, "Oh wait, I could have had you feed me." He's like,
"No!"
He's like crying. His fantasy is ruined.
Yeah,
he's like,
and then we finally get like a really dope, cute moment. And I recorded this and I put this on my Instagram. You didn't see it but it should have translated to Facebook, so you should have seen the video. I recorded this whole like 2-minute piece. Basically, Jiro asked Shiori like, "Hey, how are you?" And
like, "Are you guys okay?" And he's like, "If there's anything you need,
no, I'm trying to build it up. God damn it! And you
fine, go.
So he starts talking about Akari, how well they're doing and such, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, how are you and Tenshin doing?" And she's like, "Well, we're not doing well, as you could probably imagine. I'm just not good around." And Shiori basically admits, like, "I'm just not good around guys that I don't know. That's why I like talking to you, because we've known each other for so long, and I'm comfortable with you." And so Jiro's like, "Hey, if there's anything you need at all, let me know." Like, and he started like calling her by her last name, Shinagawa. I believe it's Shinagawa, right? Or some shit like that. What is this? Let me go back to it. Sakurazaka.
Yeah.
So he's been calling her Sakurazaka basically to distance himself from her. But in this moment, he called her Shiori, and he's like, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know. I want you to succeed. I want you to do well. Whatever the case may be." And eventually, he gets embarrassed. He turns away, and he passes out. Eventually, he's from embarrassment. He's just tired because he's sick, so he passes out. And so Shiori comes back to the room. It's now nighttime. She's cleaned all the dishes in the house, and she basically looks over at Jiro and says, "Jiro, are you asleep?" And Jiro's asleep. And he goes, "Hey, I really appreciated that you called me by my first name finally. It made me feel really good. And she's like, it would be okay, right, if I did this?" And she basically gets up out of her chair, leans over his bed, and is about to kiss him. And then she stops herself and she's like, "No." She's like, "This isn't right." And she stops herself from there. Meanwhile, while this is happening,
so it's like a motivation for herself to get to rank A.
Yeah, and a couple of pieces as they're having this conversation earlier, we see a flashback from Jiro's perspective first of before Shiori moved, and basically Jiro wanted to confess, but he chickened out. He chickened out, and so meanwhile, in the second part, when Shiori is having this conversation with Jiro about, I'm sorry, with no, I'm talking about Jiro.
Yeah.
Jiro and Shiori. So when Shiori's having this conversation with Jiro, we see the flashback from Akari's standpoint, from Shiori's standpoint. And from Shiori's standpoint, she was about to confess to him, and then he because he pussied out, he left before she could confess to him. And basically they are both on the precipice of confessing to each other of their love, but they didn't make the move, and now they're in this conundrum. Meanwhile, while this entire scenario is happening, Akari's at the cafe with her friends, and they're talking about Minami and joking around, but Akari is thinking about Jiro, and she's thinking about all the moments with Jiro.
And her friends were like, "Oh yeah, did you hear that they're fucking up?"
Yeah,
all this, I bet she's trying to sleep with him or something like that, something. They're like the typical gossip.
Yeah, typical girl gossip. And then, but meanwhile, Akari, like I said, is like we said, is thinking about Jiro, and she's like, no. And the girls are like, "Oh man, you must be really thinking about Minami," and she plays it off, but she's really thinking about Jiro.
Yep.
Which was really fucking adorable.
Yeah. And then she finally came home.
Yep.
Then has the shower and
she's butt naked.
And that's what she's thinking.
Yeah,
and then she's just thinking about relaying the conversations.
Yeah, she's relaying the conversation, and she basically said, so we get Jiro comes up like, "Hey, I wanted to talk to you," and he's like, "Yo, she's like, I'm taking a shower." She's like, "It'll be quick. I just want to let you know, thanks for sending Shiori over to me, and hey, I want to make this work so we can be with Shiori, so I could be with Shiori, and we're gonna make this work, and I'm appreciative of everything that you've done, and we're gonna make this work. So thanks. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. Have a good night." And he leaves, and the episode ends with Akari in the shower,
so why do I feel jealous?
It's like, why do I feel jealous? And I was like, wow, that was really fucking cute.
This was nice.
Really fucking nice. Episode 1 was cringe, a little cringe. Not as,
but this was good.
Episode 2 was fabulous. So fabulous. I felt real emotion, real romance with this episode. I can't wait for more.
All right, now one that you added.
Yeah,
Akiba Maid War.
And we're all caught up, guys. So we're gonna be. What is this? It's a 2-episode one, right?
What?
It's a 2-episode one, right?
Yeah. Yes.
For Maid War. Oh man, the one that I added, Akiba Maid War. Episode 2 was fucking wild. Episode 2, they end up basically going to a loan shark to get money for their sweets money. And the loan shark the loan shark tells her okay, well, here's your money, and they're like, hey, this is a place where you can gamble the money and you can really make it big if you win. So she gambles the money, loses all the money.
Yeah, because fucking Tensho is terrible.
Tensho is absolutely awful, but it's hilarious because she's so awful. And so in order to get the money in the first place, she basically gave the deed to the fucking cafe away. So when she gets back from gambling all the loan money away, she's like, hey, we're closing up shop. I gave the
get
DVD
out, everyone out,
everyone out. Like, what the fuck? We can't let it end like this. And she's like, you know what? You're right. And so they take the money out the drawer, the cash money that they made for the day out of the drawer, and they fucking go back to the thing to gamble it away. And they end up, what's it called? What's her face? The main character.
Ranko?
No, Wahira.
Nagomi,
yeah. Nagomi ends up like going on a little win streak on the slots, and so Tensho takes over, and Tensho sucks, ruins it, completely ruins it, and they're all in debt. And basically, their final hope is a game of poker. There's a game of poker. Slowly but surely, the girls get eliminated, and when you get eliminated from the poker game, you end up going in like this like metal cage, and basically, if you're in this cage, if you don't win your freedom from, or someone else doesn't win your freedom, you basically get sent as a indentured slave kind of sort, or indentured servant out to the Black Sea, and you die in the Black Sea.
Yep. And of all the people, Yumechi wins. She wins as she reads their poker face. She knows how to play.
Yeah. So basically, she asked Ranko. So basically, it's just her and Ranko left. Everyone else has been eliminated. And her and Ranko's like, hey, or I'm sorry, what's her face?
Yeah, it was Ranko.
No, what's Yumechi? Yumechi asked Ranko, like, hey, if I told you I can win this, would you trust me? Ranko's like, yep, wholeheartedly. And so she gives her all her chips and backs herself out. So she willingly volunteers herself to go into the cage. Yep. And so Yumechi goes, she plays, and meanwhile, Yumechi doesn't realize that the game is rigged. That they're gonna buy her basically and use her as like whatever sex slave or whatever the fuck, and all the other girls are gonna fucking go to the Black Sea. And so the game is rigged. As we get to the final hand, it's her and one other person, and the person is guaranteed to win. And Yumechi realized it all along and calls them out on their bullshit
and goes all in with the
money, regardless of the result, plays her hand, and she loses. And so as she's going to go inside of the cage, Ranko pulls out a fucking gun and shoots the fucking woman, the dealer, in the head.
Yep, like, bam.
And the first thing I thought of, Matt, was like, yo, like, why didn't anybody, like, pat this bitch down? Like, does nobody pat down anybody?
Yeah, especially in a casino.
In a casino? Okay. Regardless, hilarious. Bitch is dead. And we get a fucking gunfight, humongous gunfight between everybody, and then finally it's Ranko and like the card dealer, and
throws a grenade,
and the card dealer throws a fucking grenade, and Ranko catches it one-handed, blind, throws it back at the woman, and the entire casino blows up.
That's amazing! That's amazing!
That's great. And that's basically how episode 2 ends.
Episode 3 is now fucking fighted.
Yes, they try to do the same thing. They end up, they see Ranko there, and they're like, I have an idea. Well, first, we're skipping a fact. We're skipping the opening scene where there's like an anime figure collector or memorabilia.
Yeah, basically, he's like talking down to the Maid Cafe people that are giving out flyers.
Yeah,
basically. It's like about, these figurines are worth more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the fake ones.
Yep. And then Ranko basically is about to fight this guy, but then a foreign lady, we find out later she's Russian, a Russian escort who's supposed to be her escort, but she's trying to get the figurine from the guy. But basically, like, hey, I'm here to be your escort. And she chastises Ranko before leaving. And that was a little
talk about how she's not a maid at all.
Yeah, like anybody that acknowledges you is like awful or stupid, and like she's not a maid, da 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 da. And so they're about to fight, but they don't. Ranko and Nagomi go back to the cafe where they see the Tensho is being held at gunpoint again because of the sweets money. And the guy, the carrier who's trying to get the money, looks at Ranko and is like, I have the perfect job for you. Come on. And so Ranko goes with the guy and Tensho into the office. We see Tensho return with one eye. Something happened to her eye.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, we entered Ranko into this like cafe. So we're going to go to this cafe. They go to the cafe and it's an underground MMA fight club. Yep.
And then
so the deal that they had proposed was that they
drop a fight.
They have a fight and they throw the fight. Ranko was supposed to lose in the third round via knockout. And so Ranko throws a single punch, not so hard, and knocks the woman out. And so now Tensho is in front of the lady, and she's butt fucking naked.
Yep, and like she's about to get shot. It's like, hold on.
Yep.
I swear we can do this. We can go all the way to finals and then take the dive.
Yep.
And then we see this other person. We found out her name is Zoya.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, she's a Marine and all this. Works in the Maid Cafe too. So even if Ranko decides to not throw the fight, like, yeah, military background, so she ain't gonna. It has no chance in hell.
Yeah, she's gonna die basically.
Meanwhile,
yeah. So, sorry, go ahead.
And then again, Zoya tells Ranko, like, "Oh, you're a maid too." It's like, fuck you. Like, you know, you're not.
Yep. And then so they
mocking her.
Yeah. So they leave. They prepare for it, and then we see the dealer come over, and what's it called? The dealer comes over and presents the figure, and this happens while Ranko is in the ring at first and knocks out the woman in the first round. And so as he's leaving, the organizer of the fight club shoots the dealer in the head.
Yep. So that guy's out.
They have a conversation during this entire conversation that Matt mentioned with Ranko and Tensho and the coordinator. Basically tells Ranko, like, hey, do me a favor, take care of this body and bring it to the car that's out back. Okay. So she does that. She opens the trunk and she sees the figure, the real figure in question.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, Tensho goes with who's the other girl? Shipon. Yeah. And they go and they sell their organs. They bet their organs.
Pancreas, please.
Yeah, spleen, lung. They bet their organs on the fight. And so, as they had mentioned, the fight
progresses.
They go to the finals. Yep. And we get a little. No, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. So the fight progresses, and then basically they get to the final round. And what's her face? Ranko wanted to speak to the coordinator, but the coordinator is like, tell her to fuck off, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, all right. So she left a note in front of the door, saying like, hey, I have the figurine. I found this figurine when I was taking care of the body that you asked me to dispose of. She wrote that on the thing, which is hilarious. Yeah. But we get the final fight between who is it?
Ranko and
I always forget their name. Zoya. All right, so Zoya and Ranko. So they fight, and basically Tensho told Ranko, like, yo, don't fight back, just take the ass whooping, just endure, and then the 12th round.
12th round, that's when you fall.
So round 1, clean fight, she doesn't do shit. Round 2, she gets Zoya gets a signal from the handler, like, yo, kill her. So she basically started doing all these illegal techniques, 12-6 elbows, eye gouging. And as Ranko is about to fight back, the round ends. And Tensho's like, what are you doing? Don't fight back. Just take the ass whooping. And so for the next fucking 9 rounds,
she's like defending herself.
Yep, she's just defending herself. And then in round 11, she finally lands a punch. And
yeah, because Zoya is like mocking her credibility as a maid again.
Yeah.
Even knocked the headband piece that Nagomi gave her.
Yeah, it broke as they were fighting. It broke off. And so in the 12th round, Nagomi is like, go for the win. And she begins to start fighting back. And as she's fighting back, we get a little bit of backstory on Zoya. We find out that as a child, she was never allowed to have pretty things. So they threw away her doll. And then they brought her up as a child soldier, eventually becoming a regular soldier. And she became this crazy good assassin.
Yeah, so she never knew how to be feminine or anything like that.
Feminine. She never learned how to smile as a kid. And so she sees... what's her face? She sees Ranko smiling, and she loses her shit, and they start having like a awesome back and forth fight. And then eventually Ranko wins. And as Ranko wins, they're like, yo, don't let them fucking escape. And then we see basically the henchmen of the anime figure come in. They're like, hey, we saw this note that the fighter left on your door saying, hey, they have the real figure. And that they took care of the body that you asked them to.
Yeah, so they killed her.
So they killed the fucking coordinator in a gunfight. And now they don't have to what's it called? They don't have to pay. But they still had the issue with that they bet their pancreas on the fight, and they lost pancreas, lung, spleen. And so they sold the figure so they didn't have to basically give their organs. So long story short, Ranko won. And
Zoya joined.
I was gonna get to that, damn it. Again. So basically, yeah, they sold the figure, didn't have to sell the things, and they're like, hey, we have another new maid, and it's Zoya, and they're like, yeah, so since the handler is dead, she was free, no strings attached, so
I like free.
We've gone international, baby, and then we see and it's interesting that her fuck, I always keep forgetting her fucking name, Ranko. Zoya and Ranko have like this back and forth to each other. Where they're she talks in Russian and Ranko talks in Japanese, but they both have this look nice to meet you, I love you, things like just this connection. They're I understand what you're thinking of. So that was pretty funny. But all in all, this is awesome. Lots of fucking violence, unexpected violence, pretty girls.
I'm looking forward to Ranko's backstory.
Well, we see Ranko's backstory. She was the maid that fucking was with that other maid when she got shot.
Right, but there's more. I'm talking about more.
Well, yeah, she's obviously, for her to be the way she is now compared to when being a scared little girl at 1985 or whatever the fuck the place. So yeah, dude. But no, this is another sneaky fucking really good series, dude.
Yep, love it. Co-main. Chainsaw Man. I love Akiba.
She's stringing him along, though.
I don't care. I don't fucking care.
Whoa.
Oh, come on. Why are you booming? I'm right.
I know. She's fine as fuck.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, they're in the car. And what you call it? It's basically, it's all happened after the first episode.
Yeah, so we pick up on episode 2, and basically we see Denji and Makima in the car, and Denji is starving, and he's also we'll get to that in a moment, but he's starving basically, and Makima's basically like, hey, you're gonna be my pet now, and you're gonna be my dog, and
I only accept yes or woof.
Yes, and once you outlive your usefulness, you're gonna die.
Yep.
And
simple.
And he's like, okay, well, and then through this entire conversation, his stomach is just growling and just gurgling because he's hungry. And so they're like, oh, well, what do you want to eat? They're like, oh, we're gonna let's go to this rest stop. Okay. And so they go to the rest stop.
Udon shop.
And they get udon, and Denji begins to pass out because of the fact that when he
transforms, he lost a lot of blood.
He loses blood himself because the chainsaws are cutting him up as well. And so
his head, his hands.
He's faint. Yeah, exactly. So he's faint, very faint. And he orders the udon and then passes out again. He ends up waking up on Makima's lap. And
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. The food is here. Is like, are you sure you can eat by yourself? He's like, no,
I can't.
So Makima's feeding him. He's saying woof.
Yeah.
All this, and then not even having rest yet, they go back to the building. Yeah. He's like, by the way, you're shadowing someone today.
Yeah. Oh, and we forgot that she's like, oh, hey, put on this coat because if you walk around shirtless, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Denji throughout this thing, yo, I got fed, I got clothed, I got a woman.
I'm living the life.
I'm living the life. I already lived my dream after I came back from the dead. All right, cool, that works.
Yeah. And so, no, again, still no rest and no nothing yet.
Yep.
You're gonna shadow one of my employees.
Yeah.
Hayakawa.
But
he's like, but I wanna be with you. No. And then Makima's like, if you do well enough, we could team up together sometime. So
okay.
Good.
Woof.
Good. Woof. Yes. So basically, they go in the alleyway. And Hayakawa beats the shit out of him already.
They're like, oh, but you're in it for the wrong reasons. You just want to get with her, right? And he's like, bing bong. Which is hilarious when he said bing bong.
But you're not going to fit in. You're not going to last long.
I've had friends that came in for the money and they all died. You're not cut out for this.
Flicks a cigarette and spits on him.
Spits it out, yeah.
And Ethan, how does Denji fight back?
He's like, if I'm going to fight, I go for the nuts. And he punts him in the fucking dick.
Multiple times.
He's literally he can't breathe. He's throwing up. That's how hard he fucking got punted in the dick several times.
Yep. And it got to the point, and he's like, fuck you. I can do this. I want to be here.
Yep. He's I got fed. I got clothed. I got, what's it called? I'm with a hot girl. I'm living my life.
We also forgot one part, and when Denji asked, "What's your type?" to Makima,
Oh yeah,
and then
she's
she's like,
the
I like,
type.
yep, yeah, but yeah, he was thinking about that the whole time. And then as Hayakawa is trying to fight back again, he gets knee the nuts again. He's like, you really do only hit the nuts. And
Yep.
he's passed out. He like Denji brings him back on his shoulders. We
Yep.
found a nut hidden demon. he's out cold.
They're like, no, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, like, can you work together? No, we can't work together. I'm glad you guys are getting along. And then they're like,
so basically it's a group of misfits that Makima wanted paired up.
Basically, it's an experimental group, and that they're going to be disbanded and killed if they don't gel.
Meet the quota.
Yeah, and they don't meet their quota. And so we get the introduction. They're like, all right, now that you've shadowed Aki, you're going to get a partner, because we always...
before that, though, Denji's live at the house. He finally eats he finally gets his toast with the butter, the jams.
Multiple jams. Peanut butter jam.
Pear, apricot.
Yep.
And he loves it.
And he makes a mess. He's annoying when he sings in the tub. Like he's tapping it. He's the worst roommate you can possibly have, and Aki is losing his shit.
He's like getting impatient. And now Denny's talking about he has his 10 out of 10 life, but he has one more goal. He has to touch Makima's tits.
He wants to hold titties, because basically what happens is, the next day again so basically Makima tells Aki that Denji's gonna live with him. Proceeds to get this story, and then they go out and they go and find the devil. They give Denji an axe, so he has a weapon of some kind. And so they arrive and they see this devil in a room, and Aki is like, hey, all right, go ahead and turn into Chainsaw Man so I can see what you got. And so Denji is like, nah, I'm good, and he slices the demon's head completely off
with the axe.
And he's like, what the fuck good are you, da 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 da, like you play around too much, like da da da. And he's like, and that's when Denji tells him, like, hey, dude, like I got fed, I got clothed, and like I'm living my life. And Aki's like, I bet you would be friends with a demon if you could. And Denji's flat out was like, I have no friends, so if I could be friends with one, I probably would be. Yeah. And that was heartbreaking, bro. He's like, I have no friends, so I would be. I was like, damn, that hit me in the feels. I was like, fuck, bro. And so Aki leaves in disgust and leaves Denji alone with
the port secure.
And he's like, I really didn't turn to Chainsaw Man because I didn't want to ruin the porn. He's like, porn secured. And he grabs the porn and he starts looking at the porn magazines. He's like, I have one more goal. I want to touch tits,
especially Makima's.
So
he says boobs out loud, and she's like, boobs. It's like, God damn it. But yeah, now we find out. Yeah, Denji's gonna have another partner.
Yep,
and it's a fiend.
Yes, the what he just killed.
Yep, and her name is Power.
And she's a psycho.
I love Power.
But she's hot. She's
hot. Fucking hot, fucking psycho. Love it.
Yep, she's bloodthirsty. And so her and Denji go on patrols. They're like, hey, she's got horns and she's a fiend, so let's not go out in public.
So basically, you gotta like go to buildings, but if you do
go up buildings, go to alleyways. Yeah. And so she's like, I want to drink blood. I want something to kill. Feed me blood. And Denji's like, this bitch is crazy. And then they're like, oh, they find they're finding nothing, and you find out it was Hayakawa that assigned them. Yep.
Just to figure like, oh, just to get me in trouble, just to get me kicked out.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you see Power rushing, like it smells like the blood.
Yep.
And it's this sea cucumber demon.
Yep.
And then he jumps off the building.
And we find out what Power's power is.
Yeah, but what is that? Giant ass hammer
that comes from her blood.
Yep, and
blood axe, blood hammer.
Yeah, and just comes down. You know
what that reminded me of when I saw that? I was like, oh shit, this is fucking Wonder Egg priority.
Oh yeah.
Literally, I said that. I was like, this is Wonder Egg priority when she did that.
Yeah, with Aoi with the Keyblade.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but
so basically she's
one hit,
monster, one
hit, like laughing it off.
And she's maniacally laughing. And in the interim, freaking what's it called? She's maniacally laughing in the interim. There's like fucking like sea cucumber monster parts everywhere.
It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
And yeah, we get our second ED, another banger.
Fucking awesome.
Great episode.
Awesome episode.
All right, main event time.
We could main event Chainsaw Man every single week, but we don't do that here, guys. We have to give you a little bit.
But for this week, we have to give it to them. My Hero Academia.
Yes. Episode 3.
Jeez.
We see the battle between Twice and Hawks.
And it got to, he's Twice is heartbroken, betrayed by Hawks.
He feels like an idiot because this is the second time that he's like,
it was his doing. He's the one that brought him in.
Yep.
Again, while everyone is fighting like outside, fucking the fat guy and Edgy Crow, what's his name?
Yep.
And they're all, but again, that's not important. Is what's important is Hawks and Twice.
Yep.
And you just the connection Twice had with everyone. He considered Hawks a friend. And he's like, he really doesn't want to fight him. And Hawks gives him a chance to like, I could save you, you know.
Yep.
Like, just come with me right now.
Yep.
But no, like, he made friends with everyone. He made friends with Toga. He made friends with Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
All the villains.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, tears in his eyes, he wants to fight. And Hawks, with his feathers, starts slicing him.
Mm-hmm.
It's cutting up every duplicate.
Mm-hmm. As soon as it's made, they're like, "Yeah, you can make 1,000 duplicates, but they all are weak as shit."
Yeah, and he's just cutting at all of them, and we get a flashback of Twice.
Yep.
And it's just so incredibly sad.
Yep.
As it gets to the point where he's using up all his power, like he's gonna be nothing.
Yep.
And eventually, Dabi comes in, shoots this fire, tries to save him.
Basically.
Yeah, and then he's telling, while he's doing it, he tells Twice to basically get out of here.
Yeah, like it wasn't your fault. Like go live.
Yeah, like go meet up everyone. Like, go. And as that's going on, he runs for the exit. Hawks is right there.
He just manages to escape the fire barely. He burned some of his feathers, but he managed to escape.
Yep, and sliced him again.
Yep.
And this is when Twice was trying to fight back despite dying.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, Twice he manages to escape. He sees Toga, he sees the other guy. He's trying to warn them. He's trying to help them out.
Yep.
And they're telling Twice, like, "Hey, come on, let's go." And you find out this is it for me.
Yep.
And he's like starts crying to Toga. And he's just like, I never got your handkerchief back. He has the handkerchief, like, hey, does someone ruined your pretty face again and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And he just collapses on her. And Toga just hugs him, like, upset, like saying, "Thank you for saving me."
And he turns
Twice just melts, basically.
Well, because that's the strongest duplicate that he can make of himself, because the real Twice is fucking bleeding up in the raptor.
But yeah, he's officially dead. They killed a villain.
Yeah, they did. And Hawks brutally murdered him.
Yeah,
brutally murdered him.
And he called him out on this. Like, are you really a hero? That type of thing. Like, is this what really heroes do?
Yeah.
And this made Hawks like conflicted. Like, I have to do this, like, to stop heroes and villains. If I have to kill, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn,
that was raw.
Very raw.
It was. So I still think that Night Eye's what's it called, death was still like the most powerful death so far in the series, and there's gonna be more powerful. There's, because you read ahead, you know the manga already. So
yeah, but this was they did this right.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to handle it well, so I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what it is. I wasn't as invested in this death as I was with Night Eye.
With Night Eye, yeah,
it was still good. Like, not good, but you know what I mean. It was still a good representation of the death.
It was more of, in the half of season 4, we got more development of Night Eye.
Yeah,
Twice not as much until the last couple, like a few episodes.
Yeah,
that's really it for that because he was basically Deadpool in the dub version. He's basically Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, but they were both impactful in different ways.
Yeah.
Like you see how it actually affects villains.
Yeah.
Like they don't think, oh, he's dead, big deal. But no, like the villains, friends.
Mm.
Like they don't want to die, type of thing. They want to live their life, even though they're evil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we got of that. Again, this arc is still going strong. It has to keep going this way.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't want to poof. But yeah, great episode. Closing thoughts.
Strong week, strong episodes. I'm looking forward to continue to watch these series. Man,
fall's surprisingly heavy. We expected this to be light.
No, fall is coming with the bangers. We already knew Bleach was a banger. We knew My Hero was going to be strong.
And next week we got 2 Year Eternity.
And we get the beginning of 2 Year Eternity. Your favorite, one of your favorites. I like it, but not nearly.
It was in my top 10 last year.
Yeah. Not as much as So, but yeah, looking forward to continuing the season. This is by easily the strongest season of the year. There's
100%.
gonna be, I would say there's a good chance that at least I don't know, maybe at minimum a quarter of our top 15 are probably gonna come from the fall.
We're gonna see.
Easy.
We will see, yeah. But anyway, guys, we topped our cake. We had our cake. We're full of cake. We're very full of cake. Diabetic comas all around every week. But before we do a plugs again, 50 episodes.
Yes.
Some in various parts.
Where's Starman with his fucking little thing? Yeah. It was fucking $500. I think it was $500. We don't have $500 budget yet, guys.
We do not. Go fund me. But no, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
We are very grateful.
Yes. The reality of it is I like to make a joke like, oh, it's Sean putting us up for 50 episodes. It's me not getting us canceled for 50 episodes. But at the end of the day, we have to do numbers, I think, in some capacity in order for Sean and for to keep us going, right? They're like, oh, nobody gives a fuck about what you guys have to say.
We're getting like 3,000 downloads.
We hit 3,000 downloads a couple episodes, or by now we've hit over 3,000 downloads.
Oh yeah. But no, there are people out there listening to us, even if they don't comment. Like we know they're downloading them, and we still thank you.
Yes, we do thank you from the bottom of our heart. This is Talk to Keki, to be honest, was supposed to be just a little pet project that Matt and I just wanted to do because, hey, fuck it, let's just do a podcast for our group, Eat the Cake Anime. There's a cheap plug right there.
Yeah,
we wanted the group to really enjoy us and look at us, and quite honestly, I would say 99% of the group doesn't. So I would say that 99% of our listeners are just random people that just want to hear two fucking random guys talk about anime and sex shit and wrestling and all the other stuff that Matt and I like to banter about.
But yeah, even if they don't talk, because again, we're still fairly new, so I don't expect people to interact. But when they say this, the fact that they're still downloading, it shows that we're doing something.
We are. And we're gonna keep expanding. We're gonna keep doing our best to try and give you guys content that you guys will want to listen to. And we're gonna just continue to grow. You know, we have things that are planned for the future of the show, and we're definitely looking forward to making them. We talk a lot of shit about doing Keki shops. We want to do more Keki shops. We want to do more brand representation. We want to get to the point with both our sponsors and our producers to be able to make this like a real show that we grow from nothing and make it into something that ends up being some sort of staple somewhere in regards to that.
Yeah. So even if we gotta do a slow pace, fine by us.
Yeah. We're here for the long haul, guys.
Yeah, we're here until we blow our brains out.
I mean, I'm not gonna blow my brains out. I might die.
I'll be overloading from all the shows.
Oh, I know, dude.
All these great shows we're watching.
I know, dude.
But you can follow me on Twitter at DamienPhoenix12. You can follow our actual Twitter at Talk to Keki. We have a link tree up there for where we listen to your favorite local podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Pandora, whatever. Wherever you listen to podcasts, high chance we are there. We want to thank Sean, our editor, as always. We also want to thank W2M Network and Chairshot Radio for hosting us. Chairshot Radio, they host us on their Chairshot Radio Network every Sunday. So if you want to check us out there before an episode gets uploaded or whatever, however you want to listen to us, it helps. It helps us a lot. Even your plugs.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at SHOSTOPPA24. You can follow me on analyst.co, SHOSTOPPA249. You can follow me on Instagram at AI_anime24. That's my anime Instagram. You can follow me on my podcast Instagram, podcast.senpai. You can follow us on our Talk to Keki Instagram, TALKTHEKEKI. That's Talk to Keki. And as Matt said, all of our socials have link trees where you can follow ourselves as well as our brands feelings and such. So check us out. And yeah, just as Matt said, just get in contact with us somehow. We want to hear from you guys. We do this for everybody, but admittedly we don't hear from you guys very often, and it would truly make our day just hearing from some random person somewhere like, hey dude, you guys have awesome podcasts. Hey dude, like I think you guys are fucking morons. Something, give us something,
Yeah, positive, negative, in between, even just talk, please.
Yes, please onegaishimasu.
Yes, arigato, nato faku, and sayonara.
Sayonara minasan.
Bye bye.